Welcome, everyone, to episode number 11, I believe, of the Stadia Initiative podcast. My name is Brian. Welcome. Today's episode is entitled Wakanda Forever in memory of Chadwick Boseman, who did pass away over the last week or so. And I mean, we're an Avengers style podcast, so I figured, it'd be it's fitting to kind of pay tribute to him. But that out of the way, we do record this podcast every 2 weeks on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time over here at youtube.com/Club Stadia. As I already said, my name is Brian. I do believe it's time to assemble. So let me introduce everyone that is here with me tonight. Germani, how are you doing today?
Good. RIP Chadwick Boseman, Glad to be back. I've been gone for a while. I know people got questions, but I'm good.
Hell yeah. Eddie, it's nice and colorful behind you. I like it.
Oh, thank you. I finally decided to put some lights that I had seen around. Doing good, Brian. Doing good. Looking forward to try to learn a few skills on PGA Tour 2K20.
You'll get there. I promise.
There we go. That's better.
Maybe Meg can teach you. Meg, how are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm excited for tonight. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
MM2K up next. How are you? I'm sure he's doing fine.
I think his camera's messing up.
I go to Chase, but it looks like he might have stepped away too. There he is. There's Mr. Stark.
Looking very Stark.
I had to break out the glasses for tonight. How are y'all doing?
Doing great. How are you?
It's been a long time.
You look lost. You look like you just woke up from a nap.
Well, I kind of did. Thanks a lot. Thanks for putting me on blast. I
put him on blast, man.
Germani, your camera looks amazing, by the way, regardless of what anyone says. And
Right.
It is really good to see you all. I've missed you. Like Meg said, it's been a while. And let's get into some Stadia conversation. The best month so far for this platform. I'm excited. Let's do it.
It's only been 4 days. So let's try one more time. MM2K, how are you doing today?
He's
I'm all right, Brian.
I was going to say, who can do an impersonation?
I don't got one. I don't know. All right, so
What's up, people?
Yeah.
All right. So once MM gets his situation figured out. Anyway, let's set the table for what we're going to be looking at today. So, of course, as already mentioned by Chase, that this has been a very stellar month, and it's only been, day 4 right now. So we'll be discussing all the new games that came out this week, as well as potential release dates for previously announced games coming to Stadia, Baldur's Gate 3, Ubisoft, and much, much more. So, and also stay tuned to the after show because I'm going to be unboxing something I got in the mail today, and I'm very proud of, and it's awesome. So, a little secret. Unfortunately, it's not Stadia related because you can't really unbox anything Stadia related unless it's a controller, which I already have. So it's kind of pointless. So let's start off with what we've been playing because it has been a busy week in terms of brand new games to the service. I do believe this is probably the most loaded week we've ever had when it comes to new games coming to the platform. So, Germani, what have you been playing this week?
Surprisingly, with the ton of games that have arrived, I hadn't really got to play much. A lot of the reason why I've been gone has been taking me away from gaming quite a bit. So
yeah,
I got a game. I planned on playing it, but I still hadn't got a chance to get into anything. So
of all the new games that came out this week, which one are you most looking forward to jumping into then?
Windbound. I've been hearing a lot about it. I asked about it. I picked it up. I was ready to go, but it just wasn't the right time. So that's the one I'm really, really ready to get into.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Eddie, how about you?
Being everywhere, Brian. Played the pro games. Played PGA. What else did I play? Mostly, I guess, the pro games. Like, I really enjoyed Bomberman. I enjoyed seeing Meg get a win on Bomberman. So, yeah, the dailies. The so-called dailies.
I have no idea what you're referring to when you say
no,
dailies.
Like people have those games that they have to do daily tasks on games. Okay. So my dailies right now are the Crew 2. I'm hooking on the Crew 2 now that I finished Spirit Fair and still doing dailies on the Crew 2.
Are there daily challenges in Crew 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a new game to add to my dailies.
You should have been on that. That game is amazing.
I know.
We'll get into the free to play for Crew 2, but have you noticed that the multiplayer lobbies have increased?
Yes.
I didn't try.
You haven't tried yet?
No, I haven't tried.
Wait a minute. So it's free to play?
Well, it's on the free play weekend.
This weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
That's good.
I'm gonna play this weekend just to celebrate that it's free.
Just to celebrate. Meg, what have you been playing?
DeLorean this week, though, right?
I got the DeLorean. Yeah.
Nice.
I got 2 DeLoreans actually. One on all customized and another one that I purchased.
Yeah.
Fancy.
That car. I need that car.
If they're doing movie stuff, they should put the Millennium Falcon in there for the airplanes.
That would be so cool.
Pause. The DeLorean is more important in this moment. Let's just get that correct.
This is true.
Keep going.
What?
Meg, what have you been up to this week?
So I checked out the pro games, and of them, I think Hitman is probably my favorite. But I haven't played a whole lot, just what I did on the live stream. But overall, I've been playing, Windbound. That's my most played Stadia game in the last 2 weeks. It's really, really fun. I'm not very good at it, but I'm learning. I die a lot, so I left survival mode behind really quick and switched to story mode, and now I'm enjoying it more. But I actually got addicted to a brand new game that's not even released yet, that was only in preview, and today's the last day, and I'm very sad. And it was New World. Eddie knows. Which is from Amazon, actually. So it's really, really fun. There's so much crafting and gathering and leveling up. And I grinded and bought myself a house in town and crafted furniture for it. And it's really, really fun. The gameplay is not targeting. It feels like Skyrim almost. It's like you're hacking and slashing and shooting fireballs. And yeah, it's so fun. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Awesome. I have New World too, but I have not opened it once. So today's the last.
Today's the last day. Awesome. You have 3 hours left.
How about you, Chase?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
So Stadia wise, I'll break it into 2 buckets. So Stadia wise, I've played Gunsport, which is, by the way, we need to have a dedicated community for that game. It's really good. Yeah. Great platformer, a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing that when I have played it. I'm about a quarter of the way through it, so great stuff. They've done a good job with that. Hitman is just as good as I remember it. That's taken me back down memory lane. Such a great game, and I saw people playing it and getting to enjoy it and say, wow, I'm so upset I've never played this before. It's a great game. Bomberman's fun. Me and Eddie played it, and I was trash, and I should never have been in the company of Eddie trying to play that game. So that was a great moment that should never have happened. I'm trying to think through here. Jesus, what the other one why am I forgetting it? Help me out here, y'all. No, it's not a pro game. The other pro title was
Avengers, not a pro game.
Yeah, I just said that.
Avengers isn't a pro game, guys.
Yeah. No, but
that's what you said.
Wait, it wasn't?
What was the other couple titles? I'm sorry, I'm struggle bussing.
Hitman,
that was on the pro.
Hello Neighbor.
Right. There's another
Metro
one.
Redux.
Ember?
Metro 33.
Ember, but there was something else.
We've literally just named all of them.
Gunsport. That's all of them. Bomberman.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
6.
All right.
Okay.
Whatever's.
Avengers?
Stop. I did play that game. So Avengers was good. And I've enjoyed that. It's just mindless. I like to say mindless fun because it's, as a comic book fan. And then I did a bunch of streams of Rogue Company, and my anger and my rage version of my gamer self came out, and some people got to see it. I think Meg really enjoyed it. I was telling people to sit down.
Yeah, he was losing it.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun this week.
I'll try one more time. You with us? All right, so Thor's off on Asgard doing something.
Oh my god!
So
we have to send help.
We need to send help to Asgard. I'll open the Bifrost. All right, let's move on to the very first topic of the day, which is the Stadia update we got this week from our friends over at Google. So the This Week on Stadia blog post, not to be confused with our good friend Chase and Eddie's own podcast named after that. So who came up with that first, by the way? Was it them or you
Chase
guys?
and Eddie.
Us.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Us came in, but we decided not to sue them.
So let me ask you another question. Who was first, you or Xbox? Because they do something like this too.
Xbox, because I
That's
got
exactly
inspired.
where
I got inspired by then.
All right.
But
so,
I noticed that Stadia, they even put the acronym like you guys now. Did you guys see that this week? They put the TWOS just like you guys.
Oh.
Is
Yeah.
the O lowercase?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh.
exactly like you guys.
Now I can sue them.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey.
coincidence.
Hey, Google, knock it off.
Was here first.
You're here first. All right. So this week on Stadia blog post, let's make that clear. We got this huge drop of announcements. Well, it wasn't really announcements because we already knew about them, but it was the drop of the Pro Games because it happened to be the 1st of September. Plus, they're kind of talking about Avengers, which was going to be available later that day through the Deluxe Edition. And then just letting you know what NBA 2K21's release date will be, as well as how much you can buy it for. So right away, let's talk about the Avengers because that's what we're all about here. So we've all played the Avengers at this point, yeah. So, Germani, what would have been your first thoughts on it?
Everything that you told me about the game, as far as the mechanics, the gameplay, how smooth it is, it lives up to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually much more impressed and satisfied with how the game turned out that way, for sure. I can't say as far as how the whole game is because I played mainly the beta is what I focus on. Yeah. But I'll say it feels at the very least like an incredible Hulk game. Like, no pun intended, it's incredible when you play as the Hulk. It is perfect, And so I had a lot of fun in that segment for sure. But it's definitely something down the line I'll pick up.
So let's see if MM's with us now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, PlayStation. I'm going to save the vulgarity.
It did it again?
Do something with your damn codec for your freaking controller. This isn't the second coming of Jesus. It shouldn't take over, or my in-law take over my whole PC. Jeez.
You plug it in, the mic takes over your mic.
Yeah, it took over everything. I had to
sound and everything. Yeah.
I had to go to like 5 different components and reset everything. This is ridiculous, but yeah, I'm here. Okay.
So
Thor's gonna blow stuff up. He's done.
Yeah.
So, Germani, of the main Avengers, which one's your favorite play with so far?
Again, the Hulk. I mean, yeah, it was perfect so far. But I'm sure, who my favorite will be. Hawkeye. I mean,
naturally,
obviously the best.
Eddie, what's been your thoughts on Avengers? Because I know you've done a couple streams of it already.
Yeah, I played probably around 3 hours. So on the campaign, I look at amazing. I really enjoy it. I've seen Sounds of Stadia playing directly on multiplayer, so I'm curious to give that a try. But so far, I like the game. I'll try to grind as much as possible just to finish the campaign, because the campaign, I know people were saying that it's a good campaign. And then let's get to that end game.
Hell yeah. No pun intended. But who is your favorite main Avengers here? So what I don't want to happen, I'll just say this now, is don't spoil like if there's an additional character that's like not mainly featured just yet. So because some people may not want that spoiled just yet. So like if say like Captain Marvel showed up or something like that. So of the main 6, who would be your favorite so far? Or main 5? I guess Miss Marvel too. Yeah.
I played like what you guys saw on the demo, you guys saw on the trailer, which is that bridge sequence, and then you start to recruit other Avengers.
Yep.
I played that sequence. Playing that sequence was nice. I was very nice playing with Thor and the Hulk. And then on the campaign, I am still playing just with Ms. Marvel and the Hulk. And the Hulk is fun. The Hulk, definitely, it's fun. It's just because it's Smash.
Yeah.
Just smash buttons, smash people. Perfect for me.
Fair enough. How about you, Meg? Have you been able to play Avengers this week?
I haven't played it. I didn't pick it up, but I have been watching a lot of it. I really like watching it. So I've seen a bunch of you guys streaming it and playing it, and it looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm still on the fence. I know that that's like crazy, but I feel like I'm just absorbing its awesomeness by watching it like it's a movie. So maybe I don't even need to play it to enjoy it. So I have been having fun. But everyone is trying to pressure me into getting it. But I have so many games to play. I have too many games to play already. I don't want to fall behind. And there's more games coming up in September that I'm looking forward to. Well, specifically at the end of September. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I do like watching Black Widow, unsurprisingly. She is like martial arts specialist, and then she pulls out these little pistols, and she's just like pew pew pew, and you know how much I love to pew pew. So I think that she's really cool. But I haven't seen them all. Like I haven't seen them all. I don't. Oh gosh, I don't want to give out a spoiler. Oh my god, right. You know how much I hate spoilers. So I haven't seen everybody play, but of who I've seen, she's my favorite.
Fair enough. Chase, how about you?
I totally agree that Black Widow is by far the most enjoyable and rewarding character to play as. She's got this grappling hook like Mortal Kombat where she like attaches to an enemy and then does like you can literally beat someone up while you're like you've got them in a like MMA style hold. It's great. The game mechanics are phenomenal. I really think it's a rewarding type of game as far as just on a fun factor. I'm still on the fence about what the game's going to be longevity wise. So there's the background of it as far as the monetary system and everything else. That's where I still am kind of in a wait and see approach. Because again, that can make or break a game as far as long term. Mm-hmm. We're all happy with it in the honeymoon phase right now, but what is it going to look like in a couple of months?
And I mean, the good thing, though, especially with a title like Avengers, is that there's a huge back catalog of source material they can reference if they want to add additional content that's fruitful to it. But you been able to play Avengers this week?
Hell yeah. I got to play it this week. I also got to play it on beta on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Mm-hmm. So I had some experience being able to compare the two. And I will say that at least fidelity wise, it seemed like a 1v1 match for me for the most part. And that's not a bad thing because the PlayStation 4 Pro ain't disgustingly horrible. So if you're playing in the quality mode or the visual mode, it's a 1v1 pretty much for the PlayStation 4 Pro. But that frame rate mode, man, it's freaking awesome. I know people said that it looks blurry, but if you're playing on PC and you're playing like, let's say on a 40p monitor or a 4K monitor, you might want to tune your display settings down a little bit because you're bloating the pixels and stuff. So as long as you do that, I set it to 1200p, played on the 60 frames mode, man, and it looks marvelous. So I'm enjoying it.
I caught it.
See what you did there.
Yeah, there it is.
Marvelous.
There it is. So, MM, who would you say is your favorite to play with so far?
It was Black Widow at first, and then now that I'm playing the full retail game, I gotta say it's Miss Marvel.
Yeah, she's growing on me, dude. Yeah. Have you unlocked her ability to like grab people?
I think I did, but I didn't use it yet.
Yeah, there's a section where you can pretty much just throw everyone off the cliff, and I think it's probably supposed to be like a 10-minute section. It took me like a minute because I just dropped everybody off. I was like, all right, that's awesome. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Thor being my favorite. Like, it's just if everything I want to do with Thor, he can do, which is cool. So I can swing the hammer, I can throw it at people, I can have it come back, and it's actually gonna hit people on the way back. Really fun to play with him. Can't wait to unlock him again fully. But so yeah, I mean, I was very excited for this game to come out. I'm very excited to keep playing more of it. NBA 2K21 also came out today. They didn't have an early access for that, so that dropped last night at about Eastern. Or midnight Eastern, I do believe. Have any of you guys picked up 2K21 at all?
No.
Bunch of head shakes.
I am eventually, though. I am.
Yep.
I'm going to get it.
All right. Hitman 2 also dropped on Stadia this past Tuesday. It was announced during the Connect a couple months ago with Hitman 1 as well as Hitman 3. Currently on a special deal, so it's half off currently for Stadia Pro users. Otherwise, it's about, 40% off? It's down to $36. Have you guys picked up Hitman 2? I figured probably playing through Hitman 1 first, but are you doing kind of any forward thinking and getting Hitman 2 while it's on sale?
Look, let me take a stab at this first, because
Sure.
if I end up missing on the back of a milk carton, you know what happened to me. My wife broke and beat up every single bone in my body and buried me in the backyard. Say that fast 5 times. Dude, already now I got $180 pegged in games. That's on top of these pro games. So I want to get Hitman. I mean, all these games this month are fantastic, but I had to reserve 70 for Marvel. 60 for NBA 2K21. We don't know what the price of Serious Sam is going to be. We don't know if that's going to be a pro game or not.
We know already the price because based on Steam.
Okay.
Steam price is $39.
I mean, well, I don't know if there's going to be an additional discounts or anything for pro or anything. And then we got Baldur's Gate, which we'll get into later, but we know what the price that's going to be. So there's just so much, which is a good thing, but damn, there's just so much.
Been a big month for sure. I know the IOI Twitter account has actually been tweeting out Hitman 2 codes, and I happened to be on my computer at the exact time that they did this, and I literally probably typed it in within 30 seconds, and someone still beat me to it. It's like some people are just like literally waiting there, like they have the screen loaded up, they have the Twitter account loaded up, like all right, let's do this thing. But moving on to the Stadia Pro Games, we got 6 new titles. I mean, it's possibly still might get one in mid-month with I don't know. I still feel like Dead by Daylight could still show up. But Super Bomberman R Online is probably from what I've seen, the most popular title of the 6 so far. So we'll save that one for last. Hitman Complete First Season, which is the first of the World Assassination Trilogy. Meg, you said you've already been playing this one?
Yes, I love Hitman. I didn't know anything about it. Like, I knew of the Hitman franchise, but I'd never played any of the games.
Tried to tell you.
So then, so I played it on stream. And there was like, you guys know how much I hate spoilers. They messed up. And like, when you go to play Hitman, it like loaded the first like mission of Hitman 2. They fixed it, but you can see it on my stream. I claim Hitman and I open it and it opens up. It's like Hitman 2. And then you're playing. And I was like, did I just buy Hitman 2 by accident? And then on Twitter the next day, they were like, sorry, we had a spoiler on Stadia. We fixed it. So anyways, then I played Hitman 1. Like, it was confusing, but oh man, it is so fun. It is so sneaky and stealthy, but it's not hard. Like, it helps you, like, but you can approach every mission from a different angle. So like, you can see actually Gem Stadia, he did the same mission I did in a completely different way. It's actually really cool. So I imagine if we all play it, we're all going to have different ways that we accomplish all the different missions. So really fun. I plan to play all of it, and I'll probably get Hitman 2 also once I beat the first one.
Is this your first time playing a Hitman game?
Yeah.
Yep. So good thoughts so far then.
Yeah, very positive, very fun, very realistic and sneaky. And you can knock people out and take their clothes and then become them and impersonate them and pretend you're a bartender when really you're stabbing people in the back. And oh my gosh, throw coins to distract people and then sneak behind them. And oh my gosh, it's so fun.
I knew she was going to like this game as soon as she got into it.
You said it. Chase, what are your thoughts on a Hitman? Because you did mention some just before she started talking.
It's such a great game. Like, again, I've beaten all of the DLC from not on Stadia, but from the first title. The second game I beat as well, and they're just great games. And I know that they didn't. How do I say this the right way? They were loved, but they weren't like. They're not like when you talk about some of the great games of the past, they're not always in that conversation.
Sure.
They should be. They absolutely, like, the mechanics of the game at the time that these games came out, they were some of the greatest. And it's just like Meg said, the ability you can distract somebody. The AI in the game is actually really intelligent. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's spot on. Like, if you go trying to move around and do something that's completely ridiculous, it's going to catch on to you. So it's a great game. It's a great game.
MM2K, have you been able to play the new Hitman game on Stadia?
Yeah, the pro version. Yeah, I never played a Hitman game either. Like Meg, and dying 24 times was fun, but no, I liked it. I mean, I don't like stealth games like that normally, but I do like that one. Just the variation of things you can try and stuff. So yeah, I had a good time with it.
How about you, Germani? Hitman, is that a series you've been familiar with or been playing before?
Yeah, love it. I mean, just like Chase was saying, it's a sleeper hit. It's a great game that constantly gets overlooked. But one of the special things, as Meg touched on, is the fact that the boards are designed so well that you can approach it in so many different ways that it didn't dawn on you at first. You're like, wait a minute, I could totally do it this way, and the game will kind of change around that. You know what I mean? It's like they really thought through all these different avenues of approach that you could take, and it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. I hadn't played it on the Stadia, but I played it on the Xbox One. I had, I think, 1 and 2 on there, and I played a bunch of it there. But I look forward to getting back into it. It's great. I'm glad it's here, man. I'm glad it deserves the attention.
So before I get to you, Eddie, have any of you guys played the Game of the Year edition version of this game? Because the upgrade for it's only $10, and I was considering picking that up if it's worth the price of admission. So if anyone in chat has it, let me know if it's anything worth spending money on while it's on sale. Eddie, what have your thoughts been on Hitman, or have you not yet jumped into it?
Haven't jumped on it. Looking forward to play. Want to get the second one as well, so I hit both, but I'm saving the time to the future. So I'm gonna get the special Hitman 2. And I'm just checking here. The sale goes up until the 9th, so still another 5 days.
Oh yeah,
to pick it up that sale. But for sure, I'll probably save. I don't know how long those campaigns are or those story on those games are, but usually when something like this is happening, which is Hitman 3 is coming later, I would rather save to play all of them at once. So I would play Hitman 2, Hitman 1 in January, Hitman 2 in February, and then Hitman 3 when it launches.
Fair enough. To answer your how long question, it's about 10.5 hours for the main story. So,
okay.
There you go.
I thought of something else. Can I say it?
Sure, why not?
I saw MM2K play this. I just watched a little because I didn't want him to get further than I was, and it would have spoilers. And he ended up dragging this guy. He knocked him out, and he took his clothes, and he was in his underwear, and he was dragging him around by his ankle. He's like, "Where's the bathroom at? I gotta where's the bathroom at?" Oh my god, I was dying. It was so funny. Oh my god, everybody go watch that.
I'm glad it was you, Meg, and not my wife watching it.
It's so funny.
Gotta drag this guy to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That reminds me of that video that was like what streamers sound like from outside the room. You know, it's like, what is going on in there? That's great. That's great.
So Chase, Gunsport, you said you've already jumped into it a little bit. What's your thoughts on it?
Great. It's a fun. It's a platformer / kind of like. I guess you could say it's like the cousin of Windjammers. I mean, if you want to think of it like that, it's got this really cool kind of like competitive. I don't know if you want to call it like it's not tennis, but you know, you basically have to move these discs, if you want to call them that, into goals, and you have like a top level, a middle level, and a bottom level. And it gets very competitive. I was jumping around in the room, and I know that Emin was talking about his wife coming at him for the credit card. I was getting yelled at for being a little too loud in the room because I'm like, what the? And, you know, I'm like sitting there yelling. A controller ended up getting tossed over to the other part of the couch. It ended up knocking one of the cats, and the cat freaked out. She's coming over to me, coming at me going, what are you doing? So that should tell you that if I'm that invested in it, it's a lot of fun. And it is. It's a fun game. And it's one of those old school, like 8-bit type of titles that it takes you back. It really brings you kind of that nostalgia feel. So I really recommend everyone, please check it out. And I would really, really try to say to the Stadia community, if we can create a community for that game, like an actual, where people will get together and play it, that game could be something special. I really do think so, because it's one of those ones you can just pick up and have fun.
How about you, MM2K? Have you jumped into Gunsport yet?
No, I haven't. PGA 2K21 has taken over my life. So, but Gunsport is definitely it's definitely on my radar. So yeah, but it's so many great games, just so little time.
Meg.
Meg, I'll please don't sue me for copyright of that.
Germani, how about you? Is Gunsport on your radar?
No, I hadn't played it. Well, yes, but I hadn't played it yet. So yeah, I definitely want to get into it though. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like it's good though. Wait, I wanted to ask Chase a question though. So you said platforming. So are you meaning like there's an actual like storyline game where you go to level? Or is it just like platforming inside the match?
So it's got the platformer feel. It's not necessarily a platformer per se, but it does have that layout. It's the old school tournament style. So it's basically you work through the game and you beat like opponents. And the way that I don't want to spoil too much, but the way that it works is there's this giant background where it's televisions and you beat the opponent and then you move up to the next television in the row and then the next one and then the next one. It's cool. And the art style it's great, man. I'm telling you, like MM, like I know MM's played older games and Eddie and you, Brian, and Meg and Germani. When you boot this thing up, it's going to bring a smile to your face. It really is. It's that kind of nostalgia. It really brings back memories. So
yeah, cool. Eddie, how about you for Gunsport?
Not yet. Maybe someday. Want to try to beat Chase's score.
Maybe someday. Oh, okay.
Maybe. Eddie, you seem to be doing a lot of score chasing. When are you going to set the bar?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Ooh, shot fired.
Wow.
Pew, pew, pew. Chase has left the chat.
All right, moving on. Hello, neighbor. I'm going to go with, has anyone played this yet?
Are you going to ask me about Gunsport?
No, I forgot. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, I was shaking my head like, gee, Meg wants to talk about it.
I started with you last time. I did the same thing. Go ahead, Meg.
No, I haven't played it.
All right, there we go.
Get him, Meg. Good. That's the hell he gets.
Oh my god!
Moving on. Hello, neighbor. Meg, we'll start you. Have you played?
I did. I did a live stream, one live stream in the last month. I did it, and they voted for me to play Hello Neighbor. Oh my god! So I played this game. I don't think it's optimized for Stadia. It's doesn't feel good. It's the only game I've ever thought on Stadia that I was like, this game doesn't feel good. It's like, so I was a little bit surprised by that. And also in the very first scene that I was in, I was supposed to find this like beach ball, and all I see was this big red circle, and it says Unreal Engine script not enabled.
Oh, what?
So there was like, so then I went to pick it up, and I fell through the bottom of the map, and I was freaking out, and then it was jittery. Like, so yeah, I was really surprised. I don't think it's a good like port, as they say.
Is the game complete? Like the actual game complete, or is it still a work in progress?
No, it feels like an early access game, but it's not.
I mean. Like it's not.
It's not. Wow. It's been out. It's been out. Yeah, so and then this and it's scary. This guy keeps grabbing you, and you're a child, and it's just like it's whack. It's whack. That's all I say.
How about you, Chase?
Follow that up, Chase.
I don't know how to follow that. Listen, when Kai talked about this game over on This Week on Stadia, I basically said I want to drop an expletive, but I can't. I'm gonna be good here. I basically said exit stage left. I'm not interested, and that's exactly how I still feel about that game. I have no interest in playing this
really
game.
I didn't convince you with my glowing review.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, the game was already very concerning based off the description that Kai gave. Then with the whole thing about the script and you going through the map, it's like a real life. They want you to be like you want to disappear. Like, what's going on here? What's the message being sent? I don't know. I don't want.
Oh my god!
I don't want anything to do with this game.
Chase. How about you, MM?
Nope.
That's a pass.
Yeah, it's a pass.
It's not gonna be something you're gonna try out either.
No, you know what? I mean, I hate to sound like someone creepy, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. Make you feel so damn.
Touch you once or twice at least.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so damn self-conscious. I might. I'm gonna pick it up and give it a try before I completely dog it out. But
how about you, Germani?
Yeah. I'll try it out.
That didn't seem very.
Hesitation.
I'll try it. How Kyle was talking about it too, man. When he told me about it, I was just like, man, I don't know. I might want to stay the hell away. Excuse me from that one as well.
Hell, it's fine.
But
dropping the F-bombs every time.
Yeah, well, apparently you dropping through hell when you touch the
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, be careful.
The game takes your soul. I don't want no part of this stuff, man.
So I was a little, like, I don't know about this. And I kind of did chuckle when I saw it was available too. I just thought about Kai. I was like, oh man. But I'll play around with it at some point. That didn't even sound right. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Next.
All right, this time I'll make sure I get through the entire cast. Eddie.
No, I didn't play that yet, but I'm trying to save the most of horror games that I have to play in October, doing like a spooky October or something.
I like that. Good idea.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's great. That's a great idea.
I did not think that's where that was going. I thought he was going to say, I'm trying to use the most of my time to play these other games that I'm really enjoying right now. And I thought that's where this was going.
No, I'm mostly saving the horror genre for October right now.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Next game would be Metro Last Light. If I remember correctly, when we talked last, Metro wasn't really something any of you guys are in particular interest of. Is this a game any of you guys have jumped into? Am I still correct in that assumption?
I played Metro. I mean, it's a good game. I think it is also a sleeper, but it's one of those games where you really have to be into it because it's one of those games that are hard to get into.
Yeah.
And it's kind of dry compared to a lot of other games that throw a lot in your face. You know what I mean? But I mean, I had fun, picking the nuclear boogers at one point, throwback stream,
MM, have you jumped into Last Light at all?
Not since being on Stadia, but no, I love the Last Light series. I love 4A's like one of my favorite devs, and yeah, like Jamani said, he hit it spot on. It's one of those games that where you gotta be. You got to be into the nuanced approach to first person shooters. It's not boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It's not that 24/7. It's like, a lot of crazy stuff going. Then you get a lull period and rinse and repeat. But I still think it's a great game and definitely worth the try.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Ember would be the last Stadia Pro game we got for the month of September. Did any of you guys buy Ember when it was early access when it came out?
No.
So that was a no across the board. Have any of you guys tried it since it's become free?
No.
No's across the board. Right, let's go for the trifecta. Do any of you guys plan on playing Ember?
No.
I'm sorry, guys. If a dev happens to be watching, I'm sure you guys.
I know. Yeah. No sponsorship here.
Yeah. No offense, but just no.
Yeah. No. It's not.
To be honest. To be 100% honest, I tried during the launch of the early access. I don't know why, but it gave me nausea while I was playing.
Oh wow!
I don't know if I was feeling sick that day or anyway, and I ended up getting the refund. So I'm glad that I got the refund because it's a pro title now. But I don't feel like I'm gonna be playing it again.
Fair enough. So
you're not the only one, Eddie. Some viewers said they had the same issue.
Interesting.
That they made them seasick. Sick.
Like the camera shake effect or something like that.
Something.
Frame rate.
It was a frame rate problem.
Oh yeah, frame rates are inconsistent. That's it can mess you up.
For sure. Before we get to Bomberman, let's go quickly how wrong we all were about predicting these games, by the way. MM said Serious Sam 4 and Baldur's Gate 3. Wishful thinking probably on that one. Chase also said those two, but he did get one right by saying Gunsport, so congratulations.
Nice.
One. Germani went with Baldur's Gate 3 and Gunsport, so he gets a +1. Eddie,
nice.
Eddie went with LEO and Bomberman, so he did get one as well. I didn't get any right, so I'm not going to say what I said. And then Meg highlighted by GTA 5 was wrong on every single.
She stood by that prediction. She's like, I'm telling you, it's going to drop. You all are going to be wrong. Except it's
Just
I
wanted
hate
it.
making predictions. I don't know what's gonna happen. God.
Yeah.
All right, so predict September 2021's Pro Games. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
GTA 6.
Right.
All right, so Super Bomberman R Online is probably the highlight of the month. If Hitman wasn't, Meg, you've jumped into Super Bomberman, right?
Yeah.
You have already gotten yourself a let's see, what would they call it? What's never
Bomber
mind.
one.
Let's go with Bomber One. A victory royale, if you will.
Well, actually, I didn't. It looked like I put up a video and it looks like I won, but it was really just I won a round and I used it as my thumbnail to trick everyone into thinking I won. Maybe I did. I don't think so, though. But I got a Louis mount and that saved me.
Can I ask you a question? Did you play Hitman before or after Bomberman?
After I did Bomberman first.
Because I was going to say Hitman inspired you to be sneaky. It's okay. That's all right. It's good.
So what are your thoughts on Bomberman so far?
It's very fun. It's really fun. It's very stressful and like panicky because you're just frantically on the edge of dying the entire time. If you're me, you are anyways. Maybe if you know how to play. Eddie tried to teach me how to play, but so much was happening I didn't know. And I skipped the tutorial, so I extra didn't know what I was doing. But it's really fun. Right? Who needs a tutorial?
No, Bomberman, you definitely do. Come on.
I had no idea. I was a bunny with a chainsaw, and I'm like, how do I turn on the chainsaw? Like, I had no idea what was happening. But it was still really fun, even not knowing how to play. And I frequently would drop a bomb and end up in a corner. And yeah, here it is. There I am. I blew myself up probably just as
Wait
much
a minute.
as people killed me.
Hold it. No more talking. Where is the beanie?
It's my one. It was my celebratory stream, so I promised my subs when I hit 1,000, I would do a hatless stream. So I streamed without my hat. The headphones are more comfortable with the toque. It turns out they were a little bit, but I just died constantly. And the time I won I won a round, and I didn't even realize it. I thought I lost, and I was like, no! And then it popped up with my name on the screen. And I was like, what?
That was really fun to watch.
No! And I slammed my controller. And it was like, and the thumbnail for my video is that moment when I realized it was my name on the screen, and I had won the round. Anyways, but shout out to Jem because he won probably 10 games out of 12 that we played on stream. He's really good. So if you guys want to beat somebody in the community, beat Jem Stadia because he was good.
Congrats
shout out
on
to Jem.
hitting 1,000 subscribers, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I did
Not
it.
easy to do. Chase is making that climb once again himself, but Bomberman.
What are you talking about?
You're making your climb to 1,000. It's
back
up there.
Oh yeah, I am back. Yeah, by the way, Mr. Stark's back, everybody.
It's been a while since we last talked. Yes.
No, Bomberman's great. Such a fun game. I played a lot of it actually. I was playing it today during my lunch. Mm-hmm. I played 30 minutes of Rogue Company, and I was like, let me jump over to this. And I actually booted it up on the phone. Great, by the way. That game is phenomenal on a mobile device. I'm just saying, like the way that it's laid out, the way that you can play it, it's a lot of fun. I tried doing like Germani talked about doing the touch controls, and really enjoyed that. And I have to say, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I suck at it. My Bomberman skills when I've played it in the past, they apparently are not as easy as riding a bike where it just comes back automatically. So maybe by fall of 2021, I'll actually win a game.
You find it stressful? Like, are you on edge the whole time? Like, that's not just me, right? No,
actually, no. I think it's. I know it's going to sound really the reverse, but it's kind of relaxing. That's it's a game that's kind of like chilled to me. It's just like, okay, let me see if I can. Now, of course, like if you get down to the end and it's only like 5 people, then maybe I'll get a little bit more competitive. But I never make it past the top 30. So, cheers, everybody.
Get on the game, take a few L's, and call it a day. And...
Yeah, okay.
Happens to the best.
Exactly.
Okay. How about you, MM? Have you been able to jump into Bomberman yet?
No, not yet. Again, so I'm stealing from Meg. So many games, so little time.
Mm-hmm.
So many games, so little time.
If they put Bomberman as a mini game in PGA 2K21, hell yeah.
A mini game.
That's your money. Bomberman, is that on your radar?
Yes, it is. I hadn't played it yet, but I mean, like Chase was saying, it's one of those games, along with Gunsport, the way he explained it, those two are games that I look forward to trying on my phone, because they just seem like they're well designed for that format. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's where I'll be looking at playing them for sure.
How about you, Eddie?
Yes, did crew play stream. It's not crowd play. Who needs crowd play, right, man?
That's right. Then we don't need a fancy buttons.
So I did a stream with the same thing that Mag did. We just dropped the link on chat.
Yep.
And by the way, while me and Mag was streaming, and Brian, I know we're gonna be talking about crowd play, but I saw a let's say streamers that have access to crowd play, and they were playing at the same time as Mag was playing, and they have the same amount of people as Mag on their lobby. So,
yeah.
Who needs crowd play? Hey,
wait, in the lobby or in the chat?
On their lobby, in
the game lobby.
Yeah, like Mag had 14, 15, and these people had 14, 15 people on their game lobby as well with crowd play.
Interesting, folks. Put that out there. All right. Yeah. So as Eddie alludes to, we will talk about crowd play because there's somewhat of a story to that. As it'll tie into Baldur's Gate as well. So elsewhere in this blog post, this is a pretty big blog post. Stadia free play days are back. We mentioned the Crew 2 being free all weekend, or did we do that in the pre-show? I don't know. We talked about it today. But the Crew 2 is available for anyone with a Stadia Pro subscription to try out this weekend. It's also on sale currently. And then One Hand Clapping got a new content update and still just $3 to pick up. And then if you are looking for an extra controller and Chromecast Ultra, the Stadia Premier Edition is now officially off 10% in the Google Store. Now, I personally wish they would allow you to pick which controller you'd like, because I would probably pick up another one of these. But it's not bad if you haven't picked it up yet. So it's now $90 US to get a Chromecast Ultra and a controller added to your home. And we want to thank Ray, who once again helps us keep the lights on with a $20 super chat.
Woo,
so
Ray.
I want to thank him for his awesome support constantly, as well as everyone else's support. So I want to thank you guys for joining us so far tonight. Pretty heavy docket of stuff like this. But next up will be one of the most anticipated games of the year coming to Stadia and no other console, and that's Baldur's Gate 3, because we just got the pricing for Chase dances down there.
I thought we were going to be talking about Tony Hawk.
Oh, well, just wait.
Hey.
Because he said one of the most anticipated games of the year, and then I thought, of course, he's talking about Tony Hawk 1+2.
Let me add a denotion there. One of the most anticipated games of the year for Chase is Baldur's Gate 3. And we got the price officially announced. It's going to be a full $59.99, which maybe put off some people with that full price being early access, but that's not here or there. The story out of this, outside the price, is that Twitch integration is being included, which means that you are able to do Twitch's own version of crowd choice from day one. When they were asked about if this is going to be available for Stadia, they can't speak on it yet. I think I had that link here somewhere. Chase sent it to me, but they can't speak on if crowd choice will be available on Stadia day one. So let's go through the cast here. I'm going to start with you, Chase. Is crowd choice going to be available for Baldur's Gate on September 30th?
No, negative. No, it won't be there. So there's an interesting trend line that's with this, and I'm not reading into it, and I'm not saying one thing or the other. I'm just going to put the facts out there. So there was a tweet that went out separate from this about somebody asked, I can't remember who the developer was, about is their game coming to Stadia, and they said they're not in charge of the ports, which implies that
Airy and the
that's
or the seasons.
Yes, and that it's somebody else. So there's still this confusing, muddled message of what's really who's really controlling the game, who's really controlling the feature. We don't know. So for me, I just don't see that coming out for that reason. 2, we haven't got any type of testing that we're aware of that's been discussed from any streamers. So, we know that Google's going to want to test that before it gets out there. And again, I'm not saying that there's a narrative one way or the other, but I think you probably will see some people go, but why is it that Twitch is getting it first? Whether I agree with that or not, which I don't necessarily agree with but I recognize that's the conversation point. I think the bigger thing though, that comes out of this is, what I just talked about in the beginning is who's controlling this message. Like, I think there's just some transparency things that I think at this stage, we need to get out of this place and there needs to be a little bit more clarity beyond that. I don't know that this really moves the needle one way or the other, because we saw with Bomberman, Meg's doing just fine without crowd play. A lot of the streamers that I've seen doing some of the games are doing just fine without crowd play. So I don't know that it necessarily moves the needle. Look at Hyperscape. Hyperscape was supposed to get a bump from that Twitch feature, and it really didn't get one. So I don't know. I'm not reading too much into it. It's kind of a wait and see thing for me.
So, I mean, that you kind of bring up an interesting question are these features for YouTube, do they really matter? Or is this going to be something we're going to be like, that's cool for a month, and after that, no one's going to even talk about them? Because that's been my biggest fear when they were announced, is that, yeah, it's cool in theory and practice, but I mean, is it going to be like, okay, it's not shiny and new anymore? It's like, it's almost more trouble than it's worth? If
you look at like the like what people are talking about on social media and out in the larger landscape, it's more about what games is the platform getting. I don't see people talking about these features as much, and I know they're great. The features are all well and good, but if you don't have, and again, the games are going to come, y'all. Pause. Don't jump ahead of the talking points there, but that's, I think, the more important conversation. The features just kind of add an extra spice to it. It's not something that's like, for me, from what I'm seeing, I don't think it's like a coffin, that you put Stadia in because I don't have them one way or the other. So that's just my take on it at this point. How about you, Meg? Since most of your content is primarily live content, these features are something you're absolutely anticipating, I would imagine. Am I correct? Yeah, I am. So do you think we're going to see crowd choice day one for Stadia with Baldur's Gate 3?
Do you guys mean day one of the early access? I'm skimming the article. I don't think it, probably not for early access. I think that the developer just isn't talking about it because maybe Google wants to make an announcement of that, or maybe Google told them don't talk about it because they're sick of there being rumors and then people expecting things and then they don't happen and then everybody gets critical and it's just like this endless cycle of pain and disappointment.
Do a follow-up question for Meg? Sorry, I just wanted to know if I can do a follow-up question to Meg on this subject.
Cap's like, yes, go ahead.
I'm waiting.
Right. Now that I already effed up.
Raise your hand, Eddie. God.
Yeah. You need to press the buzzer.
Next time I'm going to be raising my hand. Sorry. Megatron X. So Dead by Daylight is coming to Stadia on September. Baldur's Gate, last date. It's releasing on the last day of September.
Yeah.
So you think that By Daylight may arrive as well without crowd play, crowd choice?
Oh my God. It looks like it. I didn't think we have this discussion about Bomberman on last episode, and I was like, it's in the trailer. It's definitely coming.
I was with you. Yeah.
And then it didn't at all. Yeah, right? We were like, it's happening. And then it didn't. So now I think, it could release without those features. Or only the special chosen ones get it. But I don't care. I agree with you, Brian. We don't need them. We don't need them. I do polls in my chat with my chat bot, and I do click to play links in my chat links. So, we don't need features. We just talk to our chat. We don't need special buttons and special polls and whatever. We do whatever we want. So I don't even care if Dead by Daylight has it or not. I'll just do votes in my chat and they can pick who I'm going to play that way. So I don't even care about these features anymore. Who needs a chat? Who needs a chat on your gaming platform? That's what Discord's for. So
the greatest 45 seconds of this podcast ever was that rant just there.
You won't get many of those from her, but they're good. Eddie, crowd choice, is it coming on September 30th for Baldur's Gate?
Yes, it is. It is coming with the chosen ones.
Yeah, the chosen ones will get it.
The chosen ones will get it, and with Dead by Daylight as well. By the end of September, the chosen ones will get it. I hope I become a chosen one. Or if at least there was like all right, apply here on this form, and we will select someone based on the criteria. Yeah, at least I would know that. All right, I'm on the bucket, and maybe I have a chance. But still, I think there's a chance, right?
Well, they finally acknowledged you, didn't
they? So you're saying there's a chance?
Well, they finally acknowledged you, didn't they? On Twitter,
I saw that.
Eddie didn't.
Yeah, just let that go. Just
Germani.
Do I think it's coming?
I don't get what's going on. All right. Yes. Do you think it's going to be there on September 30th for the public?
Yeah, I mean, no. I at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to be for the chosen few, you know. But I guess it makes some kind of sense. I mean, this is their way of live testing in the field and everything before they drop it. It's disappointing, but I guess you got to do what you got to do. So
fair enough. MM2K, what do you think?
I mean, if I don't know, I don't want to talk in absolutes. I'm doubtful as well. I'm doubtful as well. But my only concern would be, like Jamani said, it makes sense because they have their own setup on how they test stuff or whatever. But my concern is that the media has been very, very, very cordial towards Stadia as of late, particularly because of these features. If Twitch activates it first, I'm just curious on if there would be any backlash here, how that would turn around. So that would be the space to watch. I mean, I don't know. I think, again, I always use the term, or it's an industry term, risk appetite. I think when it comes to some of these things, Google is trying to be experimental. I get it, but I think sometimes the risk appetite for how some of these things could blow back is too big. Yeah. And again, if Twitch has crowd play day one, is the media response going to be, what are you guys doing over there? I don't know. It could not be. It'll be an interesting space to watch.
And it's not if, because the guy confirmed it, right? Yeah. Twitch things are going to come on day one of early access.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, if it comes before Stadia, though, like we don't know if Stadia is going to drop down, you know what I mean? But if it doesn't, then there's a potential there. That's all I'm going to say. There's a potential.
There's a chance.
Fair enough. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, there is a chance.
All right. Moving on to our next discussion point here is we kind of integrated with that topic I was discussing about where crowd choice and crowd plays at, since Bomberman was supposed to have it. Am I of this mind of you guys? Do you think they shouldn't even be talking about crowd play in a trailer during the Connect if it's not going to be their public day and date? Chase?
Should have never shown that at the Connect.
Yes.
I'm speaking from just marketing.
Meg's got another one ready.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna go off.
She's about to fire off, man.
Hey, power up, get it ready. Let's go.
Raise your hand, Meg.
No, but in all seriousness, like marketing 101, they should never, because again, the message was vague. The message was, here's the game, here's the feature. And if you watch that, the perception is, oh, it's coming with this feature, even though what's the wiggle room? We never outright said it was coming day and date in that trailer, which is what they're going to say. Same thing with the Dead by Daylight situation.
Hold on. Okay, so
I don't agree with that. I don't. Yeah. I'm just telling you that's what their statement's going to be.
Well, I mean, you could say this too, but like, well, in the trailer we didn't say that the 64-person battle royale is going to be there on the first day. So why would you expect it?
I absolutely agree. I just think I think they, again, this goes back to that whole thing I said a couple minutes ago about there's just these muddled messages that we don't There's too many places for open air and for people to jump in. MM has said this before several times, to then craft their own narratives. Right? There's too much open space. And I think they need to tighten that up, because MM, I don't know if you want to add to this, but you said this to me separately about PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
And if some of those people get on this platform and this is what's going on, they're going to have a field day with this. And I don't want to speak for you, because you said it better than I just said it there, but that's what I'm thinking about when you ask that question, Brian.
No, you just speaking of NBA with NBA 2K21 in vain. Yeah, you just threw me the alley-oop. Absolutely. Like I've been preaching, and I wholeheartedly believe it. I'm not selling you guys snake oil. From stuff that I've seen, that I think when you piece everything together, this is an early access phase. I know some people don't like hearing that, but for all intents and purposes, only in 14 countries, you just connect the dots. That's what it is. With that being said, that all changes if the people that have been talking to me behind the scenes that are saying MM2K, Xbox is dog-ish. What about that Stadia? Tell me how I sign up. You know what I mean? If those very same people sign up for this, and this is the type of communication that they're introduced to, they're going to make Yang Ye look like a Stadia fanboy. So they again, the risk appetite, and I know, and Eddie and Chase are like, here he goes again, because I was on this on 2's Unfiltered, the boss session. But again, your risk appetite is a little too wide. You got away with it with Bomberman because September was so great. But again, check the media tracking. All they talk about is feature. If stuff like this that the media has been tracking and being favorable of finally tends to go sour, I think you're creating too much risk. So I just caution them there.
I just remember one article. I don't remember if we talking about this article here or not. I think it was from Gizmodo. A writer wrote something about Baldur's Gate and saying, I'm looking forward to play it on Stadia because of these Stadia features.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep. And that's the person that said the make or break, that this is the make or break game, right?
Yeah. She even dared to say that this is the make or break game for the platform. So can you imagine when the game comes out and those self-promoted features from Stadia, it's not there yet, but still it is available for everyone on Twitch if you purchase the game via Steam.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I still think there's a chance that the game, these features will be rolled out to everybody before that.
This good Stadia account puts out the meme. So we told you there was a chance.
And again, I don't want to make it seem like, again, this is not doom or gloom talk for me.
Yeah, no.
I know that we, because of the phase that they're in, we should temper some expectations. I've had this discussion where some of us on the panel didn't agree or did agree, whatever the case. But I'm telling you, if you look at everything that the media has been saying, I'm going to say this real slow. Look at everything that the media has been saying. I don't know what data they must have there, but if you don't produce what the media is sitting there clapping like a baby seal on, and somebody else out of the blue, like Kim Kardashian in that meme when she's smiling behind the bushes, if Trish just comes out of nowhere and starts smiling and says, "We got crowd play," you possibly create a powder cake that I don't think they want. So again, they just watch your risk appetite, Google, please.
Just don't advertise the damn thing until it's ready. That's because you are going to get people that are going to be not as civil as we are about this right now. Although I might change what I just said when I hear Meg's opinion about Bomberman not having crowd play. So Meg, go ahead and tell us your thoughts on crowd play.
Everybody duck for cover.
Well, hearing these calm positions,
she's waiting for MM2K to shut up
a little bit, but. If they hadn't put that in the trailer, we wouldn't have been expecting it. So if they had just told us about the game, we would have been like, wow, that sounds cool. And then it was like, oh, as an added bonus, now we have these special features. But because they put it in the trailer that we then rewatched specifically, and I was like, it's there. It has to launch with it. It's there. But maybe it will be ready for Dead by Daylight or Baldur's Gate because they are testing it on these people. So maybe that will be ready. They're getting all the information they need with Bomberman, so that and Mortal Kombat they did it with. So maybe it will actually be ready for everybody to participate in when these new games roll out, like we thought it was going to with Bomberman. I mean, every game there's still another chance, right, that it'll release with it.
Hashtag. So you say there's a chance.
Yes, exactly.
Stadia's tagline.
Right there.
But like the Dead by Daylight trailer it's like intensely in that one, right?
I feel like that trailer is all about the features.
Right? Yeah. Bomberman, we found like one screen that said it, and we were like, there it is. But like Dead by Daylight, doesn't it have like there's like a meter or like things and all kinds of stuff. But
that one's going to be a rough one if it doesn't launch with it. I think MM was spot on with what he said. So,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with touting these features in like a trailer at a Connect, but you should say coming soon after release or something like that. Like just give that expectation that it's not going to be there yet, but it's coming. Like just that's fine. You can advertise the feature. Just don't set the expectations that we're going to have it September 1st, and well, we don't. So.
And the viewers care, the gamers care. Like it's not just us. Like if you guys are reading in the Discords and reading chat and like people are excited for this stuff. It's not just like us who are just ranting and fixated on it. Like I had to step in my Discord, which is just super chill, and was like, okay, everybody chill. We'll wait and see when the games come out. Like, so like people are excited for this stuff,
your viewers are going to be like, you told us to be quiet. Look at you going off.
They're going to show me this clip the next time I tell everybody to keep like level-headed. They'll be like, yeah, Meg, like you were.
Do what I say, not as I do.
But I think back to what Meg just said. While we were recording that boss podcast with a man, I was looking at Reddit. I was looking at Discord, and there were people who are outside of our community of content creators and viewers that were over there. So where's crowdplay? So I want to play crowdplay with other streamers than the ones you already have. So where's crowdplay? And then
don't know. Jamani, what are your thoughts on this whole crowd play situation in terms of Bomberman not having it ready to go?
I mean, it sucks. It definitely sucks. I think it's kind of like, Google was kind of saving the spankings for later. So they avoided it by saying, well, these are going to be in these games and just not saying when. So, hey, you can't really say anything now. Yeah. But we know we'll probably take a few lashings down the line, but we're willing to deal with that later. Right now, we just can't handle that. So we'll do it this way versus, like you said, being upfront about it and saying, hey, it'll be in the game at some point. It'll be in these games at some point. These are features that we're looking at, integrating into these games down the line. Because if they did say that, we'd be having a different conversation. We'd be saying, why did they just do it now? Or, you know what I'm saying? Why even talk about it? You're gonna do all this stuff down the line. You want this stuff? It'd be a different conversation. And so,
right.
But I think that you're kind of waiting for the lashings down the line.
Down the line.
They're coming.
Yeah, it's stay tuned. All right, that's the official way they say it. So, moving on, we got some awesome news late last night, possibly, maybe so, about a new game coming to Stadia. And when it might be showing up. Yes. Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is also known as Gods and Monsters in the day. Also known as Orpheus, I think it was, when Eddie got his hands onto it, when he stole it from Ubisoft and Google.
Yeah, I have a receipt. I do, and you also, right, Brian? I have a receipt saying Orpheus.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do.
Orpheus, that's right.
I'll be like, yo, I bought this game. Where to go? But you should really bring that up to their support staff. But before we get too far into this, I want to thank Ray for yet another super chat. He dropped another $20 super chat saying, "Congrats, Meg, you rock!" Woo!
Thanks, subs. Ray.
Awesome stuff there. Thank you, Ray, as always. But Wario64, awesome follow on Twitter, by the way, if you want to blow a lot of money on video games, because he shares nothing but deals. He found this. I don't know if he found it, but he did share it. This is the store page for Immortals on Xbox's official website, and there is a release date attached to this of December 3rd, 2020. So this is a game that is set to come to, I believe, every platform, right? So it's even going to the Switch, PC, and then Xbox, PlayStation, and then Stadia as well. December 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Looks likely, right? Because that's going to fall in between Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. You guys have anything to say on the release date? I mean, there's really nothing more than that. I mean, are you surprised it's coming out this year? Germani, we'll start with you.
No, I'm not surprised it's coming out this year. I am surprised. I didn't realize it's coming to the Switch. That's
I believe it is.
wow. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But no, that's a great date. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty beefy game.
Actually, let me back up. Immortals is already on the Switch, known as Zelda Breath of the Wild, but Eddie.
Shots fired.
Eddie,
To be honest, I am a little bit surprised because they're basically stealth dropping this. They are stealth dropping this, not basically, because they have renamed it. Then there was that ratings on Taiwan, and now their Twitter account has been rebranded, and they say, "Yeah, I see you next Thursday." But I was expecting this to be coming sometime next year because we already have two huge titles from Ubisoft releasing now in October, then in November, and now we got another one in December as well. So they are going 3 months for 3 games. I was expecting more, since they are showing this next Thursday, I was expecting somewhat around February or March. But the screenshots look very different from what I played, much more polished.
Yeah,
the character
model look different.
Yeah, looks way better. The character models, even this screen here.
Yeah.
So, man, I do get a December game, and please, I hope that we got Uplay Plus, so I don't need to buy 3 Ubisoft games again in 3 straight months.
So that was a really, really early build that you got to play, because I mean, looking at the difference here,
right?
Yeah, the models are completely different. They're not just polished; they're like completely new models, that are familiar.
Right.
Wow, that's cool.
It's looking good.
Yeah,
Meg, are you surprised to see this coming out this year?
I don't know if I'm surprised. I wish it was coming out sooner because it looks so fun. It looks like Windbound RPG. That's what it says to me. I know you guys are all comparing it to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I didn't play that. So to me, it just looks like it just looks so. I know, but it looks so fun, and I'm so excited that it's coming out December. But that still seems like so long to wait. But we have Baldur's Gate that I'm going to be playing up until this time. I have too many games, but I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a big hit. I think that it's going to be really successful. It's so appealing to so many, such a diverse group.
But I mean, this is the time of year when we're going to start, or this is the time in the world we're going to start seeing like a lot of these games inspired by Breath of the Wild. It's been about 2-3 years since it came out. So I mean, that's about a normal development cycle for a game. And I mean, Windbound and Immortals here have a very similar approach when it comes to the art style as Breath of the Wild does. And these have some of the same mechanics that Breath of the Wild does too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what games start to use those mechanics, especially in like the world exploration, having some icons and things all over the place.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting, yeah.
Chase, are you surprised this game is coming out this year?
Well,
tentatively, by the way.
Yeah.
I should note that this is not official, but it's as close to official as you can get.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I think the date is probably that's the bookmark date. It could change. It could always get adjusted or moved if there's things that come in. But I'm not necessarily surprised, only because I think this game was further along as far as the core game itself. And then what they did is they went back in and like Germani said, they adjusted some of the models. I'm not saying that that's easy, but I do think that they had a much better ground floor foundation to work with, where it wasn't as hard to make some of these changes as from building a game from scratch. And I am really interested to see if this is, and how do I say this in a way that is not, it's speculative, but not like MM says, we're not being absolute, right? I wonder if this is their their start of maybe we are getting Uplay Plus really soon, because look at the games that you're getting. You're getting Watch Dogs Legion, you're getting Valhalla, and then you're getting this. I think this might be their reasoning of maybe trying to fast track this game, is we need to get these games out and give people a reason to get onto this service. Now, I don't know if that means that Stadia is necessary. I'm getting too far ahead. Sorry. Let me pause. Game's great. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and it does give me. I've already played a little bit of Breath of the Wild, and it's got all of the vibes is the right way to say it. There you go.
How about you, MM?
Yeah, I'm like Meg. I want this thing now. I mean, once Eddie stole it, and then went all over YouTube, I was jealous of Eddie. No, it gives you Breath of the Wild vibes. Kind of like, dare I say, I'm not trying to be mean, but like how Windbound was quote unquote supposed to be. But from what I'm hearing, it's not quite so. It's more like, survival. Yep. So I'm hoping.
I told you guys that was going to be different.
Yeah, I know. We just got caught up in the aesthetic. But,
yeah.
I know that once again, Jamani tried to tell us. He tried to tell us again. We ain't listen. But yeah,
la.
I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that it does come soon. And like Chase said, this is the precursor to Uplay Plus. I hope it. I mean, I looked at everything. I did some research. Now I'll be real quick with this. I did some research just because I'm like fiending for Uplay Plus. Tyrone Bigham scratching my neck, fiending for it. And I said, and Ubisoft, you would be surprised how many publications Ubisoft has had since February of this year. We're supporting Stadia. We're supporting this. 2020. They got like almost a dozen different articles and interviews where they talk about 2020. So they haven't pushed back on that yet. So I'm hoping it's still coming, because if it doesn't, it's going to be very disappointing for me personally.
Yes, this game does look phenomenal. I'm definitely interested in it. But keep along with the Ubisoft thing, because that's kind of how we're tying this all together, by the way. Because it's kind of like the Ubisoft Forward is happening next Thursday, right? And Eddie, aren't you doing a reaction next week?
Yeah, we are there. Whoever want to be there from the panel, it's gonna be there. Project Storm also is gonna be there. Maybe Guy is gonna be there as well, and maybe we're gonna be seeing this game there as well.
Yes. So we're gonna be. We're being told there's gonna be some surprises at this, and kind of like the Mario collection that was just announced this week. This has also been something that's been teased for quite a while, or at least rumored, leaked, whatever you want to call it. Is a Prince of Persia remake. I believe this would be the original game, if I'm not mistaken. So we haven't heard from the Prince of Persia series in quite a while. Whether this would find its way to Stadia, I would assume it would. Just pretty much every Ubisoft game that is planned for release is showing up on Stadia, minus Hyperscape. But that being said, Prince of Persia, does this game interest you? Is kind of the spiritual precursor to the Assassin's Creed games, because that was technically, I believe, a spin-off, or was supposed to be, or just it was very inspired by it, obviously. Jamani, Prince of Persia, is that a series you were familiar with, or just kind of?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely interested about the platforming and the combat. Just that core gaming experience right there. That's what Prince of Persia is going to offer. So to have a good remake of a classic franchise, that's exciting. And by the way, that Mario 35th anniversary thing, that was amazing. But yes.
Yeah, we can say that for the after show.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Sorry. It was so good.
Yes. I don't know what Eddie's doing, but Meg, we'll go to you next. Prince of Persia, did you play this game growing up?
I did. Finally, I can be included in like some nostalgia here. Yes, I love Prince of Persia. I played it on the PSP.
Hello.
The little handhelds. Yes. You guys remember that? Is that what it was called?
She says it like it was 20 years ago.
That was a long time ago. I was a kid. I was just a little kid, and I had this little sleeve, and I'd pull it out in the back of the car, and I'd be like, phew. And Prince of Persia was so cool because you'd be fighting with the sword, and then you'd do this crazy flip over top of them, and you'd drop off their head midair, and then land, and then take a big drink at the fountain, and then the hourglass would make the time. Oh my god, it's so fun. So yeah, I would love to play this game again. I hope they make a remake and it's new at the same time.
That'd be awesome. Eddie, Prince of Persia. Bless it. Get out of here, Mario.
I didn't play it, that one that Meg is talking about. I played the OG Prince of Persia, the one on the beginning of the 90s. But I would be playing this game for sure. I've watched the movies, and I like the movies because I already knew the story, so I would be playing this one. Now that Assassin's Creed moving into another direction with RPG, Prince of Persia would give all the vibe of the adventure game.
Who played the main character in the movies? Was it Gyllenhaal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Meg, do you not know who Jake Gyllenhaal is?
No, it just made no sense to cast him, so I'm just rolling my eyes.
Like,
So I don't approve of that casting. Okay.
Chase, moving on to you, Prince of Persia. Would this game excite you or move the needle for you on Stadia?
It's a great game. Had great core mechanics, and was, I think, another game. We talked about Hitman earlier. There's another game that was ahead of its time in a couple of elements. Some of the things that they added to it, and I do like remakes. Like I don't see the tough part is I don't know that it moves the needle for the masses, right? Mm-hmm. But it definitely moves the needle for people that enjoy core games, and that is like going to be your mid and your hardcore gamers. So in that respect, yeah, it matters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to see this game. I enjoyed it, and I would love to see it given some love. Some new school look. Mm-hmm. Maybe change some things up. Maybe add some new things that give it a fresh take on the franchise, which is always nice. So for me, absolutely, I'd love to play it.
And by saying fresh take, we don't mean microtransactions and pieces of the game. All right.
Thank you. I'm glad you were very concise about that. By the way, thank you. Yeah, we don't need Marvel's Avengers 2.0. Oh, that was too soon. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, man. Come on.
Apologies.
MM2K. How about you?
All right. Don't look. If Brian and Cass boot me off the show after this, know that I love y'all. I'm not a Prince of Persia person. I never played the game, and I don't care. Well, no, I'm lying. I played it, but I don't like it. Yeah,
that's even worse.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Well, then I won't say anything either.
But my thoughts on it coming, I mean, yeah, sure. Like Chase said, it'd be cool. I don't know how much it moves the needle. I mean, I just hate to warning, if it doesn't come day and date like Mafia, don't
when I say move the needle, I meant like for you personally, but yeah, okay. I don't think any remake, to be honest, would move any needle.
Exactly.
Something to keep us,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Happy.
Brian, but didn't Resident Evil 3 move the needle?
Define move the needle, like it sold consoles. I guess you got to define what moving the needle means.
Yeah, like selling copies and being like, all right, this is the game of the month.
In that mid and hardcore gamer demographic, I think it did. I don't know that again. I don't know that it moved the needle to the masses, and I think that's the difference here.
To be fair, Resident Evil is a far bigger franchise too.
Well, yeah, true.
And it was like a complete remake, like totally from the ground up the way the game was designed. I would imagine if it were more in line with the older game, just remade models, not just a high resolution update, it wouldn't do as good as it has, being a fully 3D game and everything like that.
Yeah. So I mean,
what is Meg going on about?
Oh my lord! Did you ask what the Sega CD was?
Sega, kick her out. She's gone.
Oh, I'm trying to take some heat off MM for not playing Prince of Persia.
I appreciate it. I'll go with that, Meg. That's fine with me.
Oh, they were like, boot this man, huh? Damn.
All right, so Chase, I'm gonna let you tackle this one because you are a big fan of this series, as far as I'm aware. Would I be wrong saying Rainbow Six Siege is something you are highly anticipating? Why don't you go ahead and take this?
Yeah, absolutely. So This is actually a positive conversation about where we're probably heading in regards to Stadia as a whole, and I'll tie it all together because I have to weave it. Let me just start with the Rainbow Six Siege part first, and then I'll tie the other piece into it to bring the story together. So we got an update article at the beginning of August from Screen Rant, and if you're not familiar with Screen Rant, they did an article back in February, if I'm not mistaken, talking about basically Rainbow Six Siege and that we were going to see it come to Stadia. It was announced during the Siege tournament finals. There wasn't really a lot of direct quotes. It was more just kind of Ubisoft saying, yep, it's coming out. It'll be launching, alongside, the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. This update article had a really interesting line in it, and it's the part, Brian, if you want to highlight, even popular enough for Ubisoft to bring it into the next generation. In fact, as earlier this year, the developer revealed that Rainbow Six Siege will be coming to Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and Stadia. It's interesting, and it was similarly hinted at in that February article as well, that they mentioned next generation, and Stadia is actually coupled with Xbox and PlayStation in that statement. I think we're very likely going to see, and again, I'm this is speculative. It's not guaranteed. Do not run with this to the bank, but you can infer from this that Stadia might be getting the upgraded version. And why do I say that? There's been some movement. Raph did a really good job over with Rock. He actually announced that there was some movement where developers were being asked by Stadia to get their games moved to 4K across the board. So that's one important piece. We also know that there was a developer, an unnamed developer. We all kind of speculated maybe it was 2K, maybe it was Bethesda, that had kind of put out some information about how they were developing a game yet to come to the platform. It was not on the platform yet, and they were doing some testing with those new server blades. Could this be the game that was being tested? We don't know. Again, speculation. But there's some signs here that we're moving in a direction where these games are now going to start getting that polish of next gen. And I think this article kind of gives us a hint, a perspective that we may be getting Siege in that same vein. And if that's the case, y'all, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait to get the upgraded version of this game, because Siege, I'm going to tell y'all, one of the best tactical FPSs that are out there, and this will actually help the platform. This game has a huge following. It's still very popular, and they're constantly adding content to it. So, yeah.
So, Meg, have you played Rainbow Six Siege at all?
No, but I did play a Rainbow Six, and I loved it.
Yeah. So
Rainbow Six Vegas 2. And
Great
I
game.
actually worked at a gamer cafe, and there was a tournament going on, and they needed a fourth, and I was in it, and we came 12th in Canada out of 50. Yeah. Sorry, I just love that story.
That's better than my 40 out of 50 in Bomberman. So.
Well, someone had to be 50, so at least you weren't that person. But Eddie, have you played Rainbow Six Siege?
Yes. And by the way, there's a special event going on Rainbow Six Siege right now. And Rainbow Six Siege will also make a presence on this Thursday.
Yep.
So we probably get an update either from quarantine, whatever you want to say.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Holy shit! Shoot! Oh, write it down.
1 minute and 33 minutes.
It was quiet enough. Thank you.
I do think we're gonna be hearing updates regarding Rainbow Six Siege and regarding coming to a stadium.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But Germani, what are your thoughts on Rainbow Six Siege?
That's exciting. I mean, that'd be like the rogue company of Stadia for me. I'm sure we'll have a lot of good parties on that one, man. Because that's the one right there. That's the one.
We're missing like the team shooter games, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
I'll just jump into PvP and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Destiny kind of has it, but it's kind of it's unbalanced. It's kind of a mess to get into it, and
not the level of tactics though that we were talking about.
Exactly.
You know, as far
Yes,
as
exactly.
offers, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's in that moment to moment gameplay that it really shines, and that's
it. Moment to moment, man. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
We gotta remember that Destiny, you gotta loot, right? So you gotta have a good loot.
And that's why it's exactly, yes. So yeah, so I mean, like it's a grind, and like if I've been playing for a year and Eddie just jumped in last week, then obviously there's gonna be that big gap in difference. And yes, there's ways you can kind of even up the playing field, but it needs to have like that introduction that anyone can jump into and compete right away. MM2K, Rainbow Six Siege, is that something you'd be interested in?
I suck at competitive multiplayer, so I'd stay away from it. I try to get embarrassed as least as possible. Doesn't always work. That being said, yeah, I think that's definitely like breaking down that fifth wall for Stadia genres. We need it. My question back to the panel though is, do we think it would be crossplay? Because if it's not crossplay, then how would that work? How well would that work? I mean.
Ubisoft has actually talked about that, by the way. So the goal is that they are going to move when this game goes towards more platforms, which it's going to. They are going to enact cross save and cross play.
Awesome.
So
Same thing, Hyperscape.
Yep. So that's why I said this absolutely moves the needle for this platform, because this, I'm telling y'all, this is one of those games that, even though it's older, this one in particular, I know we've talked about other ones where like, oh, maybe it will, maybe it won't, maybe this one will. It has a huge player base still to this day.
Yeah, it's like what Rocket League is, to the shooter. It just remains. It's like a Counter-Strike game. It's just such a good core game. You're not looking for the next one. You're looking just for the updates to the game. It's just,
exactly.
It's that.
How many people are on there now? Is there like 20 million or something like that? Or?
It's crazy.
There's more than that, huh?
Yeah, it's higher. Eddie's on it. He's looking for the number.
Yeah, it's double that at least.
Oh yeah.
By the way, while we're here, can I just say, hi Rez, if you're watching this, please listen. I don't ask for a whole lot. I don't beg, but please bring Rogue Company to Stadia. Please, for the love of God, please. It's so damn good. Yeah. It's so good, and it's on the Switch. It's on GeForce Now. It's on PC. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. What? Make it happen.
You know what, Chase? I know there was speculation on other games with GFN's influence and it not coming to Stadia, but 60? I wholeheartedly believe.
60 mil.
Yeah,
66. Whoa. Okay,
it's a high number. Go ahead, MM. I'm sorry.
I wholeheartedly believe, especially with that deal with GFN where they were giving away free codes. I think they wrote a check out and they said, "Yeah, don't be bringing this to Stadia anytime soon."
I hope not, man.
A great game though. I hadn't played any of the latest maps. You played the latest maps, Chase?
Great. Meg saw me. I went into full old school Chase rage mode. I was telling people to sit down. I have a new saying at the beginning of every stream now: never compromise, never get up, and always tell your opponent
they never had a chance.
You never had a chance.
Yes.
He's on his
It's catching on, Chase. It's working.
Is that Cobra Kai? I've been watching some Cobra Kai. Did you take that from Cobra Kai?
It's a great show. I love it.
Awesome.
All right.
Can I send out a message too?
Sure.
Mom, if you're watching this, can you come get Moby? He's dying of the heat. I think he needs to go out.
Mama trying to X was in the chat earlier today. So.
I know. I think she's watching.
Get Moby. All right. So
we see one viewer drop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. She got the message.
I wasn't even watching. I just heard.
And there was the viewer.
It's your
mommy. So with the Ubisoft Forward happening next week, are we going to hear anything about Uplay Plus, Eddie, on Stadia? I'm not asking you to like diverge any arrow.
I'm gonna try to pull a Dan here. My heart say yes. My head says no.
Yeah,
that's fair. How about you, Meg? Are you more optimistic?
Well, sure, but I'm always wrong. So
GTA 5.
Maybe you're dead.
Yeah, it's definitely coming, and they're going to announce it on Thursday.
GTA 5.
So you're saying there's a chance
and it's coming with GTA 5. Yes.
If I just keep making predictions, eventually I'll be right. They'll be like, "Wow, Meg, you called this!" Like, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I got the footage to prove it."
Yeah, I've been calling for 6 months, guys. You didn't believe me.
That's got to be the name of this episode is predictions. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
I like it.
Are we gonna see you play Plus next week?
I think we're gonna hear about it. I mean, Jim did the APK breakdown. Normally, when there's the breakdowns that are being done, and that wasn't the first one. I think this was the second Uplay Plus related APK breakdown back to back. I think that we're gonna hear something about it soon, and it's coming this year. So,
fair enough. How about you, Germani?
I hope so. I mean, that'd be big news for them. You know what I mean? I think they need some good big. I mean, they had great games lined up this month and everything, but that'd be really big news to hear that comes out, or news on it. So I hope so. I'll put it that way.
I hope. Jay.
Yeah.
My heart says, like Eddie said. I don't want to steal Eddie's line, but here's I'll give you an honest, like, what I think probably does happen. I think we hear about Uplay Plus. I don't know that we hear about Stadia in that conversation. I think it might just be an update about what's going on with it, where they're at. I don't know. I listen. It's coming this year. Like that. I think the evidence is there in the APKs. I just don't know if they're ready to have the conversation yet.
They seem to be having about everything else. They're not ready for it.
Let me just mute this.
Uplay Plus is coming right now just through Stadia, or is it coming to the other consoles as well?
That would be.
That's a good.
I doubt it. I doubt it because especially for Game Pass, like
they didn't said anything about the coming to other consoles, right?
No, not yet. But I can you imagine Uplay Plus on Xbox? Like, I don't know what you're buying, but I'm telling you what I'm investing into, and it's not Game Pass. Let me give you a hint.
Yeah, my Microsoft ain't gonna go that route just yet.
Right. All the work they've been trying to put in to get this Game Pass off the floor.
I do think there's a good shout in the chat though. Roger said that you probably see it at a Connect, and I think that's what I was thinking. Is I almost think that maybe that's going to be tied to a Stadia official announcement and not at this publisher event. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to. My heart says, please, please, for the love of God, do it. But the reality in my brain says, what has been historical context? We've seen most of these types of announcements come at Connect, so we'll probably see it there.
He took two of my predictions. I think we're going to connect in October, and I also was about to say that Uplay is going to launch with Watch Dogs.
So fun. I was just about to say Connect in October and the Uplay Plus launch at the Connect. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Just
this month
transition. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. God, I apologize. This month is going to be awesome though, because there's strong rumors, very very strong rumors that the Made by Google event has been bumped up to the end of this month to coincide with the 4A 5G, Pixel 5, and what else? Sabrina, which is the brand new Chromecast. I think we're going to get a very streamlined process from Google here very shortly, where it's going to be boom, Made by Google, and then shortly thereafter, boom, a Connect. Because Sabrina is the next step for Stadia. It has the onboard Bluetooth technology. I'm telling y'all, they're going to allow you to have controller support with that. It's going to happen. I think they know they've got to go. I think they know they've got to go that route because they can't lock everybody into that Premier Edition. There's going to be people that are going to go, I don't want to buy it. I'm not interested. They've got to make it frictionless, and that's going to be that's got to be the entry point there. So,
like, just imagine like you buy this Chromecast and you have three people come over and you're like, well, I only have one Stadia controller. But bam, you have a PlayStation controller, an Xbox controller, and a Switch controller, and now you can immediately all play on the same game.
Crazy.
And Bluetooth 5.0 can support multiple devices. So again, I think you've got some.
So how quick after these kind of Google events do their hardware release typically? Do you know?
Sabrina. So the reason that we know that Sabrina is coming at the end of the month, there's already dates out. So Best Buy has already got the date launched, listed as a release date. A couple other big box stores have it listed. Is September 30th, if I remember correctly. And so here's the thing. If you list that date, generally what they do is at these Made by Google events, the larger pieces of hardware, they go, yep, guess what? Available starting today. I think that device is going to start moving. The one that's still in question that I don't think is going to be ready at that event is the Pixel 5. I think that one's still a little further out. They're going to probably do pre-orders, but the 4A and the 4A 5G, again, the rumors are they're ready to rock and roll. Those will be ready for purchase once that event starts. So you're going to have a lot of stuff going on during that event.
Yeah, this could be big. Before I was interrupted by Chase, I was gonna say awesome transition talking about the Kinect, but whatever.
Sorry.
Let's do a quick speculation here to end the episode. I already gave you my idea of when we could see a Kinect. So Germani, when do you think we will see a Kinect again? Do you think it's gonna happen by the end of the year, or 2020 is done?
I was just thinking that we'd see a Kinect. I was just thinking myself. I wasn't, paying attention, but I was seeing a Kinect in October, and Uplay Plus to be announced, and we'd get the Watch Dogs as well launched along with that. I just was just, I don't know. But that's my prediction.
Just out of your own brain. That came
nuts.
from your head. Really.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stick to it. That's it. I have no prediction.
Okay. Eddie, when do you think we'll see our next Connect?
October 13th, noon at noon.
September 13th?
October 13th at noon.
Like, dude, that's like...
He just added a date and a time.
I said October 13th at noon.
On a Sunday at noon, huh?
October 13th is a Tuesday. He's not saying September, right? That's what I thought he
said. Eddie's making an informed speculation there because most of these events have happened on.
Oh yeah, because the last Ford happened 3 days before, didn't it? Or like a couple days before, wasn't it? The Ubisoft event back in July was just before the Kinect, wasn't it?
Little.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Let me check my calendar.
But again, the Ubisoft Ford is happening now in September.
Mm-hmm.
I said October just to make sure.
Oh wow! See, I crossed my wires again.
Wait a minute, weren't you confirming he wasn't saying September? How'd you get confused with your own confirmation?
I don't know. Okay. Never mind. I was like, why did we so quiet?
October. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's not me tonight. I'm not the one that's cursing. Thank God for once.
There's only coffee in here, I swear.
You can't blame Mr. Stark on this one. It's not my fault.
All right, so October 13th. You said things are lining up around it. What can you comment on what's lining up around it?
No, who said I was lining up around his cheese?
Okay, Jesus Christ, let's start over. Eddie, when do you think we're going to see the next Stadia Connect?
So I do think a Stadia Connect will drop on October 13th at noon. Period.
Okay. All right, cool. Meg, how about you?
Well, my heart says October. My head says November, but my gut says December. I mean, bases covered. So I think I'm gonna be right. Some part of me will be right.
Hold on. Instead of predicting something 6 times, she's gonna predict every single thing. So it's not gonna be September, but it might be October, maybe November, but it could be December as well.
And like Charles said, had a good shout in chat. He said, Meg, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So there you go.
Very true. How about you, Kate?
Here's a chance.
Oh, did you guys call me? I'm sorry.
No, I called Chase.
Oh, Chase. Oh.
Now Mr. Stark is not the one paying attention. Yeah, I actually think. What was that about? I actually think that October is a good shout, and it makes the most sense again with the trajectory of. Again, speculation is the end of the month would be the Made by Google event. It may actually happen very, very beginning of October. Maybe that date adjusts, but either way, it aligns. Like you've seen these types of alignment from Google in the past, where they do one big event and then everything else follows. So I think they'd be smart because here's the deal: if Sabrina's launched and they have some way to then push that in regards to Stadia, like as a hero device, why would you not talk about that in a Connect? Be like, and guess what? There's a new way to play your games and then you put out the Sabrina information. Bluetooth 5.0, use your own controller. You don't have to worry about playing on, and then you just, again, you have the language in there. So it makes sense. I think that's going to be a really, really important piece for their communication going forward. Because again, most people in the US are still playing on televisions. So they've got to find a way to bridge that gap.
Good point. Someone's driving a motorcycle.
What was that?
MM driving up the bike. He's getting ready to leave.
He's done.
MM, when do you think we'll see our next Connect?
I'm going to be original here, and I'm going to say October.
Eddie just rolled his eyes. Did you see him roll his eyes?
Breaking news, MM. October, right? Breaking news.
Exactly. Breaking news.
I'm going to add 13th at noon.
And I might, you know what? Stay out of my notes. Stay out of my notes. I might say that. I'm not going to tell you guys the 13th yet. I was going to say November and follow Meg's. My toes were telling me the November, right? But I think what Stadia might want to do is they might want to get ahead of the 12th hour prices for the console. Like I think they're going to match up with those. They're going to tell you tomorrow you can get the PlayStation 5 for $499, whatever, you know what I mean? So they might do their own 12th hour statement of Generation 2, and I just think November might be a little too late. So I'm going to go with October.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Brian, can I add something else to my prediction?
Sure.
I just added here in chat. We're going to get Splash Damage, Outcaster, Stealth Drop on the Connect.
Yes, I agree with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
You guys are killing these transitions, but they'll be in the VIP after show. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the audio portion of this. So if you happen to be listening to us on audio platforms, by the way, this podcast is available on audio platforms as Meg waves to you listening through your speakers and not watching us.
Tradition.
Dramani, tell people where they can find you on social media, YouTube, Twitch, MySpace, wherever they can find you online.
I recently shut my MySpace down, so I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Just
Go tell Tom you're sorry.
At LXIV Gold at Twitter, LXIV Gold at YouTube as well. I have been taking kind of a break. I may pop up though here this Sunday for a cruise. I don't know. We might do a drive or something. But that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me for sure.
Awesome, Eddie. Where can people find you?
Eddie Player One on every social media, guys. Don't forget to add me there. I have Eddie Player One. I rebranded my PSN as well. So if you have a PlayStation, you want to hook up and play a little bit of Fall Guys over there, I am almost every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time when my son is watching and I'm playing Fall Guys for him. It's Eddie_Player1 on PSN as well.
That's awesome.
Have you gotten a crown yet?
2.
Nice. All right. Meg, where can people find you?
YouTube.com/MegatronX. And my Twitter is Meg_Atron_X.
The X is for extreme.
Yeah.
Chase, where can people find you?
I used to only say my Twitter handle, but I'm back doing content, y'all. Once a week, you're always going to see me on Saturdays, guaranteed 10 a.m. Eastern time. So you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Stadia Talk. You can find me on Twitter at Phantom UFC Fan. And if you follow me on Twitter, I occasionally do these random gameplays. And again, you might see some gamer chase coming out with the proximity chat on people, So tune in. It's good stuff.
How about you, MM2K? Where can we find you?
You can find me Stadia Dosage, where we will air every other week our new podcast, SML podcast with Project Storm. But this week or tomorrow, as a matter of fact, you will see it on Storm's channel. So definitely look for Project Storm out on YouTube for tomorrow's episode.
Awesome stuff. You guys do a good job, by the way. I'm glad to hear Project on a weekly format because he's definitely someone that has a great mind for gaming. I'm glad to see that he's that you got him in for that for sure. So I'm gonna drop his channel in the chat. So if you haven't already subscribed to him, but you've been watching the Stadia Initiative podcast or listening to it. we're going to be doing a little VIP after show for our YouTube listeners only. So if you want to listen or watch the VIP after show, which you got a taste of if you listened to all of last week's episode that I put up literally like 3 days ago, because I completely forgot about making the audio format. Part of the after show is in that because we had the pro subscript or the pro predictions in there too. So in the meantime, I want to thank everyone for the support, whether you're listening or watching to us. Ray, thank you for the super chats. Everyone, thank you for hanging out and chat with us. Stick around. We're going to have the after show in about 2 seconds. So thanks again for your support, and we will catch you down the road in about 2 weeks, which happens to be September the 18th. So again, thank you, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we are in the VIP after show. Meg, to answer the Sega CD question from earlier, this is what the Sega CD used to look like. This monstrosity
It's a transformer.
It is a transformer.
It's like 3 different.
Yeah, you add on to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Literally a transformer.
So
yeah.
the Sega Genesis
Wow.
had about 2 attachments to it. The very bottom was a Sega CD portion, and on top was a 32X, was kind of like their way to enhance the graphics a little bit as the next generation was coming around at that time. But we're talking about Outcasters right at the end. And the reason why I was like, this is a great transition. Eddie, you've been pissing them off. What have you been doing over there?
I've been watching this.
Frame the freaking thing. You have me dying.
I think you kind of single-handedly made this Twitter account because they've been very snarky, and maybe Fall Guys had a little bit of inspiration for them too. Because I've noticed this account is definitely taken like almost a 180, if I'm not mistaken. Like they're very like this exactly. So
They blocked you.
it was probably temporarily because they're tweeting at him as well, and you can't really do that if you block someone out.
Brian, if you can get there was a tweet from Rock earlier today, which it's cool why I'm telling this story. So they posted something, I don't remember what, and it said they posted levels. And I said, you know what? People love victory screens, like you are Bomber 1 or Battle Royale 1. Yeah. I said, hey, Outcasters, if this tweet can get 100 likes, can you post a victory screen? And they said, I'm not liking this. And then the tweet got a little more traction. And they said, I see you guys liking this stupid tweet, and I don't like. So we continued joking the whole time. The guys went out. It was a holiday past Monday on UK. And when they came back on Tuesday, I woke up with this message from them saying, you were blocked. So of course, it was just for show. But it was a great interaction. There was even hashtag free Eddie.
I saw that.
Free Eddie.
Yeah, so right now, we even made a joke over there. Say, so where's my victory screen? And then I said, you know what? Let's high the odds or high the stakes a little bit. So, what do you guys need to do to show me a video instead of only the victory screen? And they said, you know what? You're right. We don't have 1K subs. So, 1K followers. So if we get to 1K followers by the end of next week, we will showcase the level, or we show a victory screen, or whatever you guys want to see. So right now we are trying to get them to get 1K.
Didn't they have in the poll something along the lines of like, and then that stupid victory screen that y'all won or something? Something like
I saw that poll.
Stupid victory screen.
That's hilarious.
But if you can get over there, Brian, probably it's on their interactions. There was a tweet from Eden Stadia Rock, saying something. So apparently Google Stadia is now replying to a few creators. And
you want me to go to Rock Thing or to Outcasters for that?
Whatever, which one of those? Probably Rock's gonna be. It's gonna be easier to find, but there is a comment from Outcasters.
Outcasters is in there, yeah.
Which is completely a burn.
All right, so let me pull it up here.
Oh, Outcasters responded to that.
Yeah, they did. It's hilarious.
So Rocco's talking about possibly being on a Stadia mute list, and they don't reply to you on Twitter. Welcome to the club. And then Outcast says, "I helped you. You're all on my mute list."
Hey, they are officially my Twitter account of 2020. They win. They win.
Yeah, they win.
I don't know. Are you following the Fall Guys Twitter at all?
It's good, but this is they're more sarcastic on this one. They are in your face sarcastic.
Well, you got to thank Eddie for that one. I think Eddie's got to be a big influence. on that.
Eddie rubbed them the wrong way. Yeah.
Well, I thought they were already a little bit on that. So let me try to give it a push.
Oh man!
Just a nudge.
Germani, Mario, you saw all those announcements.
Oh,
I got to pick your Nintendo brain real quick. What are you most excited for out of the Mario Connect or Direct?
Okay, well, I guess the most exciting thing for me, honestly, is because I played through most of those games, which I'm excited for all of them. But that whole Mario Kart in-house gameplay or game that you can do with the little RC cars, yo, I'm gonna be doing that with my son, yo. Like I'm excited about that, man. You saw, you know what I'm talking about?
Nuts. Yeah, that's nuts.
You can get 2 RC cars that got cameras on them, set up a track around the house, and play on your Switch. So you're seeing the game, but come on, man. That's gonna be lit, bro. I'm having fun with that. Yeah, I'm having fun with that.
My phone is not here, but Germany, did you decide to get a hands on that prototype?
What's that?
The Mario Kart prototype?
No, I hadn't got hands on with it.
I'm gonna be sharing screen soon here, so Brian, you can feel on me.
All right, I have a feeling it's not actually going to be Mario Kart. But
yeah, it's going to be something. It's going to be something.
Let's see what it's out here for us.
Listen, it's top notch of a prototype, I have to say.
Oh God, yeah, I'm gonna have so much fun with that. That's what's got me hyped for sure.
While Eddie's looking that up, can I just say this is one of the things that I'm glad that I've gotten a Switch, and now I get to see Nintendo just constantly focuses on ways to. Okay, let me stop. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Where they actually do have a cart like that at the official Nintendo store in New York. They have the Mario Kart RC car. It just didn't have the camera mount on it, so you could throw that on there. You might
there
be.
You go, Mario Kart with camera.
You might be
That's essentially what it's going to be, though.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Go ahead, Chase. Finish what you were saying about the Direct.
They just innovate and they find ways to engage their audience in new and exciting ways. And there was an interesting conversation about is Nintendo going to be able to jump in the cloud? We actually had on and by the way, Eddie deserves a huge amount of props for this. He got the head of marketing from Asus on, Marcel Campos. And we actually talked about Nintendo, and Marcel talked about the fact that, Nintendo is just in their own world. They don't really care about what's going on with this cloud stuff. And I don't think they need to. Like, look at this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. They find ways to engage audiences without having to be in the now, right? And what I mean by the now is what everybody else is trying to do in the now.
The latest tech, leading edge on tech. They're just really smart with how they utilize tech. They get everything out of everything that they use,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that Mario Kart thing, man. I'm telling you.
$100, and I'm getting as well.
And the Mario 100. Was it Mario 100 or Mario 99? What was it?
Oh yeah, so it's like their version of it. So it's a weird thing. So people have always said like, well, Google can pull their games from the service anytime they want. Well, guess what Nintendo's going to be doing here in March? So within the Direct, they had the Battle Royale game that Germani's talking about, and they have a triple collection of the 3D the 3D Mario games. So that's Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Yeah. But it's only available physically and digitally until the end of March. So after that happens, it's getting pulled from stores, physical and digital storefronts. So,
but you'll still keep your copy, though, right?
Obviously, yeah. Well, except for the Battle Royale game, I think that one's actually getting pulled entirely.
No way.
That's a limited time release.
Limited time event.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So I want to talk about
what's that all about? I don't get that. So you're saying even if you buy the game?
Well, the Battle Royale, the Battle Royale game is free for any Switch online user.
Oh, okay.
But the collection you'll get to keep, but you only have a limited time to actually purchase it.
I mean, I get it. It's kind of like a hot sell. You know, you're trying to get everybody to get on there.
But
and the Mario thing is an event.
But that's just artificially creating demand, is it not?
It is creating demand. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How bad do you want it, baby?
That's
How does it feel? Yeah. That's. I don't know. I mean, as long as you can keep the game, though. I mean, I get the little mini game, the Mario thing, which would be nice if it stayed, but it is like, you know, an event. I get that. But as long as you can keep the games that you purchased, the Mario games, you know.
Yeah. So the one you purchased for, that one's going to always be available to you. But.
Yeah, I'm not too upset. I wish it'd be there to permanently buy. You know what I'm saying? But.
Eddie's got Lego Mario sitting over there. He's been appearing throughout this entire podcast.
Yeah. So
you think they're gonna break record numbers doing that sale?
Break the numbers.
Break record numbers doing the Mario game sales.
On those games, probably. Like Mario 64. Finally, people would be able to play officially because, of course, people play it like emulators and stuff. But finally. It's gonna be on Switch, so I do think people will get that. But I'm not sure about like breaking records.
You don't think any records gonna be broken?
I don't know, man. I was even mentioning yesterday. I'm willing to drive from here to New York, which is a 5-hour drive, just to go to the Nintendo store. And oh my god, I need to get this exclusive merch.
Man, the Nintendo store is amazing, bro. You definitely got to go.
I went once.
Like
8 years ago, I was there. There's a Game Boy that's running over there that they found it in a battlefield, and they brought it back and put it in the Game Boy, and it's still running on the store.
You know,
like plugging on
a grenade. The Game Boy got hit by a grenade.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's like singed and everything, but it still works perfectly.
Dude, Nintendo hardware is notoriously hard to mess up. Like there's like a collection of videos on YouTube of like people just like destroying their GameCubes and going back in the house, turning them on, and it still works. Like it's a series. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I couldn't.
A collection of videos.
Awesome thing came in the mail today. You guys want to see it?
Yes. Let's see those in the box.
All right. So what's in the box? And I've already played about 2 hours. Is my Tony Hawk official deck has finally arrived.
That's what I was gonna guess.
That is hell. It's actually a full-size skateboard deck. So if you bought trucks and wheels for this thing, it actually would be a skateboard.
Are
you gonna do it?
Hell no.
I
haven't skated since I was like 10, but yeah.
You gonna mount it?
Full size? Yeah, somehow.
Nice.
I'm on it, but yeah.
That is amazing.
Cool.
No grip tape, but yeah, it's legit. Made in Mexico. So nice.
That's
I like it. But,
show the autograph, Brian.
Shut up.
No, I said just show it.
No, well, I was like, it comes with it's autographed by Tony Hawk, and like, no, it's printed.
Awesome.
Like, it is.
But it is.
There's the printed on signature and the logo of the game.
Still limited.
Well, that logo is very unlimited on the show, on the skateboard.
Yes.
So
it'll be worth something.
The warehouse demo was good, man. That game is sharp.
Oh, by the way, I saw it was a promotion video, but they did in real life warehouse.
Nice.
Have you seen this? And it's like Tony Hawk's go and skate. He do a drop, and then blah 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 blah.
In the same warehouse, like the same.
No, they built it in real life warehouse, so you see all the environment around. Yeah. It is exactly on the game.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it was so nostalgic, man.
I gotta tell you guys, I just bought the game here at the Epic Store in the beginning of the show. Download it. As soon as we finish, I'm gonna be playing for 1 hour and 50 minutes or something.
Yeah, it took me longer to make my character than it took me to beat the first level entirely in like half the second one.
Damn.
I still got it, baby. I still got it. So.
The hangar?
Yeah, so the warehouse and the school. Tony Hawk 1, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I gotta download the full game. I just got the demo. Let me download that now.
You couldn't preload it?
I don't know if I probably did preload it already, huh? Let me see. What is this? No, it just says demo here.
That sucks.
I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Well, enjoy downloading while I play it. So, was there any
downloads? We don't have that word here.
Exactly. We don't
just
usually say
playing.
the word download. You're right.
We don't usually say, it's true.
We just play and play. Click and play.
Well, I mean, even the physical. Yeah, when I put the exact click and play. Like even when I have the physical copy, obviously, and even it took me about another 20 minutes just to wait for the game to install, download the patch, and it's like, God damn. Like,
Oh my god.
sucks, but-
So you know something that's quite bizarre. I was playing on the PlayStation 4 in the living room the other day, and the game froze. So I had to click on the PlayStation button, close the game, and reopen. I was tripping hard, and I click on delete before. But here's the deal. So it was another 8 gigs to download the game. It took about 20 minutes or so. But I can't do that on cloud gaming. There's no delete of the game. I close it, and all right, I will click it and play it again. But I had to wait and download the game again. And then I was tripping hard, and I deleted another game, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I just said, okay, I'm not playing PlayStation today anymore.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so frustrating when you boot that thing up, like, because I've been using it to stream, and man, the thing sounds like, so I know, you always joke about you got your fans behind you, where it's like, this thing literally sounds like a jet. It's like, I'm like, what the hell, man? Like,
dude,
come on.
Clean it, bro. Clean it.
I have 3 times. I've actually taken it apart, and it's still the fan. They're notorious for that original model. They go. I don't know what it is.
Even the Pro, dude.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
That sucks.
but it pisses me off every time I have to turn that thing on, and it's like, guess what? You have a brand new system update. I'm like, shit. And then once that runs, then it's like, and now we have to render the install. Shit. And then we have to install
the install.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
So by the time it's done, I'm like, God, Jesus, how much time has passed? And it's like, dinner's ready. Fuck. Okay.
Brian, did you play the Avengers demo on the console, right? What were your experience with loading times?
So when I died, I mean, so when you get that loading screen with like all the characters kind of doing their poses, if I remember right, it's a little longer than it is on Stadia, but I mean, I wasn't
it wasn't that much
twiddling my thumbs for a while.
Yeah.
No, like not that much or longer that you need to stop and think, right?
No, I mean, it was fine.
Because somebody said it for me today on chat that the loading times on console, it's painful. So
Tell them to stop dying, and it won't be a problem.
It's good.
Oh, jeez.
Turn it on the story mode. Maybe it'll be a little easier for them.
You're just long to punish you for dying.
I'm sorry, that was rude. That was mean.
I'm already 50% through the install, by the way.
Yeah. Dude, I already got all the. Never mind. Alakazam dropped a super chat for us. Said, "Sorry, I'm late. Got lost in the VR world on Half-Life. Alex, love the podcast community. Now I'm eating pizza with no cheese. What the? Who eats pizza without cheese?
Look at Eddie.
Mama trying to ask. Mama trying to ask such a great question. Can you really call it pizza if there's no cheese? It's
Oh my god. Where's Lee?
You made Eddie leave, man.
Eddie's out.
What is it? What is it if it's not? What would you call it?
Bread with sauce on top.
Exactly.
Bread with tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah, it'd be like kind of like
Alakazam, why'd you do
breadsticks.
that?
Yeah, breadsticks with marinara, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty much breadstick.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Oh, man.
So apparently that's a thing. And he also has a dad. So thanks for the super chat, my friend.
Thanks for the super chat. Now get out.
Get out. And then your mother came in with the 1-2 punch here. So
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Seriously.
appreciate that. It has meat on it, so then it's like I don't know, what would you call that then? Like a
a sandwich?
Breadsticks with meat on it.
it's pretty it's an unfolded sandwich. I got nothing. Cut into a triangle.
Wow.
Okay, he's banned now. He says. All right, Eddie literally left. Oh, there's a puppy, but Eddie has left the chat. Literally, he probably just had to go to the bathroom. He's just using a very
whose
kind
puppy
accent.
was it? Mine?
I won't repeat what he probably was going to say.
Nah, I see him now.
It's like, sorry guys, I had to take a.
Yeah,
And then he shows up.
that was quick then. Nice, impressed.
Eddie was upset by that, huh? You was upset, brother.
No, that's not called pizza. I can't do that. No.
So what would you call it, Eddie? That is the question.
That's duff with tomato. It's not pizza.
Yeah.
You can call tomato bread or whatever you want. But
That's what I said. Breadsticks.
Yeah, this is breadsticks, marinara. Yeah,
that's it. That's it, Roger.
All right, so the last question before we go: hot dog, is it a sandwich or no?
Oh my
Jermaine?
god.
Jesus God, why?
I
Why?
gotta
I
answer.
swear to God, why?
No, it's not.
A hot dog is a hot dog.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get into that again.
All right.
I
Yeah,
I cannot
shit is
with you.
installed.
You waited for this. He was like, "Here's my moment. I'm gonna ask."
Speaking of which, I could really use
Like pizza have fillings or have toppings. There's no discussion. It's toppings.
Yes, it's toppings. That's what I would say for sure. I really gave it some thought and consideration for you, Brian, and it's a hard no.
MM's oddly quiet, so it's a sandwich for you.
He's like, damn it.
It's something
I'm on mute.
something I can't eat, unfortunately, man. All that I'm old. All that processed meat I can't have no more.
It's probably for the best then.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so I think we're all in agreement it's not a sandwich. So,
Yeah.
any last words you guys want to say? Besides
Install complete.
that, a boy. That's what I'm talking about. Play Tony Hawk, folks.
If it was a sandwich, they wouldn't sell a special type of bread for it. So that's all I have to say.
That's fair. That's fair.
Play the Crew 2, guys. If you don't have it yet, get the
Yeah,
deluxe
yep.
gold edition. It's completely worth. It's like $20-something. So
That's true.
there's no even question to get. I think it's 75% off, and it does give you perks.
Oh man, you got
Better.
it.
You gotta get there. You gotta get there.
Yeah, I
I
want to
have
play
a-
it this weekend.
I have a request. Stadia, please,
Also
Get
not
pl-
watching, but go ahead.
get the mobile party chat going, and please get some level of text messaging, please. I know it's coming, but please sooner rather than later. Dear God.
Man.
Oh man, it's
Well,
killer. It's
see,
killer.
Well, I don't know. I was about to say, me and Jeremiah probably are a little more immune to this because the Switch has next to nothing when it comes to online features. So, including voice chat, which does not exist on the Switch,
Like,
It's
well,
on
unless
your-
you use your
Oh.
phone. Let's use your phone.
which is
Yeah.
dumb.
But some games they do have their own voice chat in it.
Yeah.
I think Rogue Company has its own as
Yep.
well. Like without a
It's
phone
game
box.
chat, not part. It's not.
It's not part of the native.
Yeah, there's no party chat, no text messaging.
Now that was gonna segue. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, and the last thing was that you don't have like a username. You have a friend code. Like stay at the DS. Just start. Never mind.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to get a headache.
Yeah.
You'll get a headache by typing that code.
Oh my god.
Facts.
So, but all the bullshit aside, when it comes to how is your experience been so far? How's your experience been, Chase, with the Switch?
On the
so
Switch?
far? Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, today I actually. Okay, hold on. Let me start from the beginning and forward, and I'll keep it short. So great. I love it. I love the convenience of it. Again, if I had not started with Stadia first and gone the other direction, I don't know that I would appreciate it as much as I do because it's that same frictionless gaming, but you're not tied to the internet, right? You don't have to be. So I've played a lot of Pokemon Shield. I've put in probably about 20 hours on it. I've been playing it nonstop. It's so good. Like, godly, that game is great. Great mechanics. It brings me back. But what I really love is today was the first day that I took the Switch off of the dock, used the kickstand, put it on the bed, had the Pro controller, and was playing Rogue Company in the bedroom. And it was like this. It was like doing Stadia on the mobile device. I was like, would I really have appreciated this had I not had Stadia first? And here's the honest question. The answer is quite simple. No, I would not have appreciated it. So Stadia is doing what the Switch is doing, but with AAA games. And we got to give, and I know MM said it earlier about, we got to be listening to Germani. We got to give you credit, brother, because you've been preaching about this, about don't lose sight of what Nintendo has done and what Stadia is taking from Nintendo and applying it to the AAA games. And I think I see it now. I see it because I had to actually play it and do it and experience it myself to understand it. And I see it, and it's beautiful. Like, the Switch is amazing, y'all. If this is the time, there's deals. They just got them back in. If you don't have a Switch and you want to get one on the cheap, they're cheap right now. You can get some really good deals through Best Buy, through what's the name of the shop in
What's wrong, Eddie?
What the fuck, Ray? Sorry.
Oh, I thought you said that to me. I was like, what did I do? Excuse me.
Oh, he would leave his wife for Starlight.
Yo, The Boys is the shit, bro. I just watched the last 3 episodes with my wife, yo. Great show.
Everyone's talking about it.
The Boys is the best
too hard
superhero
for
show
me.
ever.
It's a good show.
Homelander is one of the...
I'm just not watching tonight because I want to I was gonna be watching, but when I saw they're releasing weekly episodes, I probably I'll try to avoid spoilers the most so I can binge watch 4 or 5.
You watched the first episode already, or first season already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say this is perfect.
So they haven't released a whole season of The Boys.
No,
so it's just just the first 3. Okay.
No. They're doing weekly episodes.
Yeah. It's broken
3
up
and 3.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say this too, by the way, before we get too far off of it, man. Do not sleep on split Joy-Con play, bro. Being able to just relax, kick back, like this, and play your games, bro.
I've already done it.
And then on Pokemon, if you go into in the options, there's a single Joy-Con mode that you can play. And you just
avoid that at all.
I've done it.
No, it's
single Joy-Con play on what?
Yes, on
Pokemon.
Oh,
it's actually actually not bad. I did it because I was curious. I took the attachment, that you slide onto it. That's like the backing, and I was playing with that, and it's great. So, but what I was saying before is there's some really good deals. I don't know what the name of the store is in the UK, but they had a really good deal on a Switch with 2 games.
Is it called Games? That store Games?
Yes, that's it. Yes, they actually had one with 2 games with it for, I think, cheaper than what I paid off of GameStop. So you've got some really they're trying to move units right now, y'all. And I think they're prepping for that Pro version. That's
quick out. One on Nintendo Switch. I saw it's valid on US. If you go to Walmart.com, you get a Pro controller for $100. And
hey, Chris. We'll never know.
Eddie, what are you talking about?
Switch Pro controller.
Yeah.
For $100 with a Mario Odyssey copy.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
I thought about picking it up today. Deal. Yeah.
Damn.
$30 for Mario Odyssey is fantastic.
Because you ain't paying, any less for the Pro controller. Them Pro controllers are expensive as hell.
Bro,
that's
and amazing. The battery life on that thing.
Thank you. Now you see what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, it lasts for freaking days.
Why can't other companies do this?
Germani hasn't charged this since launch. That's how
since
good
launch, bro. And I'll be in there. No, seriously though, why? That is the most important feature. Battery life, bro. Battery life. Come on.
I don't know how they do it, but it's some kind of, it's like what Stadia did with the latency. It's some kind of crazy battery tech, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Meg is not that hardcore. The Boys are not that hardcore. Megatron.
I watched the first episode of the first season.
It's just the first. It's just the first one.
I didn't like it. There was all kinds of stuff in there I didn't like.
Literally in the first 10 minutes, someone explodes. What are you talking about? It's not hardcore.
It is definitely
and
hardcore.
then the one girl that goes to join, she has to do horrible things to join. So, and I was like, what is this? Oh, no. I highly doubt I would give it a second
season that you see,
I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, no, there's... I'll try it.
Really, yes, it's so
I'll try it again.
You know the way that so when I was watching it, one of the things that I think is interesting about it is that what the story is that they try to make you believe, meaning them, the characters, they're these great upstanding individuals, and then when you pull the curtain back, the stuff that you're talking about, Meg, while it's absolutely terrible stuff,
right,
that's the whole purpose of them showing that, is to say you think that the superheroes are good guys. Well, guess what? They're really
I know.
not.
I hate that guy.
So,
sorry.
You're supposed to. They're doing their job.
You're supposed to. Yeah.
I don't want
to.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but that first episode where Homelander was introduced to the new superhero.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay. The man. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
When he met him in the gym. Ooh. Oh my.
What if I do? I don't know this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's happening?
And the story just moves on. You know what I mean?
It just moves on. Yeah.
Like yo.
Because he was so serene before that and just seemed so humble. And what if I do? And then from then on out, he was typical Homelander asshole.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So,
but that's like a real world with superheroes, though. You know, like that would be. Yeah, it would be pimped like that, and and commercialized and stuff, and they would be arrogant and things. So they,
Yep.
I got a boys feel from like the first 10 minutes of Avengers. Let me explain. So you're talking about the commercialization of it, right? So like the very first thing you're doing is like Avengers Day. It's like this huge event focused on like, big festival for Avengers. Yeah. And then you see Cap and Black Widow at one point and they're talking. They just kind of seem so fake to the character you're playing as. Yeah. I was like, I'm feeling boys vibe from this. Like, I don't know if they're going to be super assholes outside, the game, but like it felt very commercialized. Like, oh my God, it's kind of real.
But the only difference with the boys is like, they were like, the Avengers were kind of like standoffish, like, oh, what's this cheesy crap? Where the boys are like, they're trying to make it seem like they're upstanding citizens, but to some of the stuff that Meg was pointing to, they were doing some very fiendish shit behind the scenes. They're worse than the fucking criminals.
Yes,
they are the criminals.
They're trying to make you hate them. That's the whole reason that the
I do hate them.
Right. It was good. They've done their job.
That's good. Yeah.
It makes the job succeeding.
Yes. You realize that they are the criminals. They are causing a lot of the problems. They're keeping this thing in rotation. They're trying to gain power. It's like your corporate
You guys
heroes.
are supporting a criminal show then. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It makes you, it's almost like the Thanos part of like Avengers where it makes you sympathize with the villains. Like you're like, God, if they're this bad, the villains aren't that bad.
Right.
In reality, they actually are.
Sopranos is one of my all-time favorite shows. And I mean, it's all crime and it's all bad.
Yeah,
and just to clarify, in chat is not they did not film it in Nova Scotia. That was Trailer Park Boys, not The Boys that they filmed here.
And there you have it.
Nova Scotia is in Canada, folks.
I would much rather they have filmed The Boys than the Trailer Park.
All right. Was there any last things you guys wanted to share with the audience before we pack up for the night?
Oh, I had a question for Chase. Did you play Animal Crossing on the Switch? And should I buy a Switch to play it?
You should have bought a Switch. Wait, never mind.
I know you.
Right. Regardless.
So
Animal Crossing is gonna be the one that tips it. All right.
So it might be though.
For me, maybe.
Yes. So I actually did, and my wife Amanda has not played it yet, but that is something because this is of course a long weekend. It's Labor Day, so we're gonna get into some Mario Kart and some Animal Crossing this weekend, and that is a game that she was really anticipating. So So here's what I'll do. I'll give you some feedback based off of when we play it. But I think you should get a Switch regardless because there's a lot of. Listen, I'm telling you, number one, that Pokemon game. I don't know if you're a Pokemon fan, but you're going to have tears in your eyes when you play that game. It's really good.
You sleeping on it.
Tears of happiness?
Yes. I almost legit cried when I first booted it up and I heard the music. I was like,
but I never played Pokemon, so I wouldn't have that nostalgic feeling. Am I gonna hear the music and just be like, this is so beautiful?
Meg, believe you're gonna have a lot of content to be done. Either if you don't play Pokemon, there's a lot of content for you to be done on Switch.
Fun game, yeah. But I was gonna say this to you, Chase. I think you're heading into the end of your fun with the Switch, because once you give that Switch to your wife and she plays Animal Crossing, it's no longer yours.
Yeah,
it is now. It's not you guys together. It is hers, and you're gonna have to try to figure out when you can get access to it, because once she figures out that there's like these actual real time cycles that happen where these events take place, and she can get these things going and all that, finds the community. She's got to get her stuff. I'm like. That's why all my family has Switch. I'm like, here, you can have your own.
That is the exact dilemma I thought about yesterday.
It's gonna happen.
I was like, what's gonna happen when I want to just get that quick, because it's so easy to boot the Switch up to play Rogue Company. Like it's quicker than the PlayStation. I'm like, what happens when I just want to boot Rogue Company up? And I was like, shit. Well, I guess just gonna have to accept what it is. But I'm cool with that. We got it for this reason to be a family device, and I'm really excited.
You guys each need one so you can go to each other's islands. Come on.
Because you can't save 2 saves on that game.
Yeah.
So either you would share that island with her, or you have 2 separate saves. So.
Yeah.
Just saying. You're gonna get another Switch eventually.
Switch Lite. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, those are great too, man. Those are really nice.
That's when online connectivity becomes a problem, because if you use your same account, one of them has to always be connected to the internet to use your. Yeah.
I'm done,
dude. Transferring is a nightmare.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So if you have 2 Switches and you're trying to use the same username, only one of them can be your home Switch,
right?
And it's the only one that can play offline. The other one has to connect online to make sure you own the content.
Oh, right. So I mean, he can transfer which one is his home system though.
Yep.
So if he got a Switch Lite, he can make the Lite his home system.
Yeah.
And because you're never getting the original one you just bought back anyway, so it doesn't matter. You might as well forget about it, bro.
I'm just telling you from experience, brother. It's a wrap.
Listen, you're not the first person to say that to me though, because someone said that to me earlier this week, and I was like, "Really?" And they're like, "Bro, don't question." I was like, oh, "Okay."
Tell you, man,
it's over.
Yeah. That's what they were doing when they made their home console also a handheld. Like
they knew what they're doing.
More than one in the house. Yeah, it's more than one in the house. But it works.
All right. So I want to end on a funny video that I found. It's about a minute long, and since we're a Marvel inspired group, let me pull it up here. And have you guys seen these? This is Tobey Maguire in the MCU. Any of you guys seen these? Okay, Tobey Maguire played the original Spider-Man in the Spider-Man movies back in the early 2000s. So let's watch.
Oh my gosh. Every time he does that. Wow.
he just snapped, by the way.
Oh god. Oh no.
Well, you gonna cry?
Oh god.
How's it going, everybody? Brian Alvarez here. Figure four.
Right.
Good.
Just start snapping.
The emo Spider-Man.
That's Toby in the MCU. If you want to look up the hundreds of videos that are on there. So, all right, guys, I want to thank you for your support. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Right? Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to mention before we go?
Subscribe to Stadia Talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
He's a new creator.
Yeah.
PGA 2K20.
Plenty of potential.
PGA 2K21 is crack.
It is. I already have like 30 plus hours on it.
Yeah, but
Hey, okay.
yeah, they're all
I'm-
on
I'm-
that
Hey,
thing, man. Damn.
There's always next year for me to qualify for the Club Stadia
Yeah.
tournament, you know.
Chase,
Yeah.
just do the calibration. Believe it's calibration and swinging time off, and then you'll be playing good.
So let's Eddie, let's link up. You have to teach me the ways of the Force, because I feel like I feel like yes. I
We
feel
all need
like,
to team up together to beat Brian.
Play Ash's self-made. Speaking of Switch, the Super Mario Maker courses that he made on here, for crying out loud, you'll be a pro.
Oh,
Ash made some sick courses, man.
He's good. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.